Hey all, J-Man here. I just wanted to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires and Kirby fans. We're back for Fantastic Fridays, continuing the Stan and Jack run of Fantastic Four. And this is episode 18. We're covering annual number 5, 65, 66, and 67. So there's actually a lot to go on, and we've got a special guest today as well. So we're going to go a little bit quicker through all this stuff that's coming out because there's a ton of stuff. Okay, so Saturday, so tomorrow night, same time, Squadron Supreme, the final 6 issues with RR and CC Classic Comics. They're going to be joining me same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I can't believe how bloody awesome this series is. I'm going to show off the original issues that I got. I cannot friggin' wait. I didn't even make notes. I started making notes on every issue, and I'm like, there's too many notes. I'd have to write a book on all the notes. So I just couldn't. I was like, we'll wing it. I'm going to wing it tomorrow. So you're gonna have to bear with me tomorrow. We're gonna wing this, but there's 3 of us, so we can do it. Monday, of course, is the Legion live stream. 3 more issues of the Legion of Superheroes. I have not read these yet. We are now into the Legion stuff that I've never read, so it's all new to me. I'm gonna read it on the weekend, so looking forward to doing that. Dazzler. We only got a couple streams left to finish up our Dazzler run. I know it's Dazzler. Some people think it's goofy, but it's kind of fun to just go through. And listen, it can't always be the popular stuff. Okay. Sometimes I'm just picking something that I happen to just like because I'm a nerd. So Dazzler on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to be on my friend Owen's channel talking about Bloodsport and Kickboxer. JCVD is one of my heroes. I know it's Van Damme. What are you going to do? I love it. So we're going to talk about these 2 epic movies on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to go see Alien Romulus. And it's going to be, I think it's the Vulcans and the Romulans are all fighting each other and the aliens. So it's going to be 3 alien species fighting. That's going to be interesting. No, it's just the aliens. It's called Romulus because of whatever reason it is. I don't remember. And then, of course, one week from today, we're back for Fantastic Fridays, the next few issues. All right, let's thank the members here. These are the Legionnaires. Dan, Sean, who's backstage, Steven, who you see on my wrestling streams, Brennan, Mark D with a C, everybody knows Mark D, RR, who's going to be here tomorrow talking Squadron, Philip, buddy, I saw your Kurt Swan avatar that you switched to, bloody awesome, I love it, and Digger Jim, who's our newest member, thank you to the members, and of course, the one and the only, the legendary Legionnaire for life, our friend Mike Alonzo, Clobberin Times. Basically, this stream is basically happening because of him. We're going to do it the way he wanted. We're going to stay on topic as much as we can to get through these because I know he hated when you got too far off topic. So we're going to keep that going, and we're going to do just the ones that he wanted. So up to 102 and including those annuals. Thanks, buddy. We miss you, man. Okay. Let us get going, and there's a lot of stuff to cover in these issues, so we're gonna get going. Hey, Sean. Ooh, lots to do. I got my. I started taking even Fantastic Four. I started taking notes, but I ended up writing nothing because there's just so I got to look at it and go through it. It's just there's too much going on in this stuff.
Yeah, I don't write notes for these.
It's getting to the point where these comics we're covering now, it's like there's so much going on that like for me to start writing everything down, it's like I'll just be writing, like it'll take me forever to read the issues. All right, well, let's bring in our special guest. He is an Iron Man expert. He wrote the book. Can I say you wrote the book on Iron Man? Because you actually did write a book on Iron Man. First time, I think first time on the channel. I'm not sure. I don't have an intro for you, buddy. I'll give you the Army of Darkness. This was the Clobby intro before Mark sent me Clobby's proper intro. So I'm going to graduate the intro to you. I hope you like Army of Darkness.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, good. I used to use it for Clobby because Mark was taking forever to send me. I was like, can you send me the guy's intro? Like, and he's like, yeah, I'll send it to you. And then he'd forget, you know how it goes. It's like,
yeah,
you lose track of all your messages. RR buddy already. Wow. You already super chatted me. We just started. You can't join us for tonight's stream. That's okay. You're on coursework. Okay. Yep. So have faith in the heart. Yep. Faith in the heart. Okay. Yes, I am reviewing the Enterprise episodes. Live long and prosper. Stay fantastic. Everyone, catch you all tomorrow. Hopefully for Squadron Supreme. Yes. Cannot wait for Squadron Supreme. D-Bud, are you a Squadron Supreme fan of that 12 issues?
I haven't read that in a long time. I used to have that series.
Oh,
I held on to it when I got rid of most of my comics, but then I had another purge I had to do, and I let him go then. But yeah, that was an excellent series.
Oh, so good. I might say it's better than Watchmen. I'm scared if I officially say it, I could lose subscribers, so I won't say it just yet. Let me think about it before I officially commit to that. But I was blown away.
I wouldn't, because I'm a Marvel guy. I didn't have a lot of DC, so that I preferred that to Watchmen because I read it before Watchmen.
Right. Yes, it was a year before Watchmen. But okay, let's say hello to everybody so we can start up. FK was here. Guys, CT, that's for Clobberin Times. Put that in the chat, please. If I think other people already started doing it. Yeah, they've already done it. Oh, love it. Yes, that's a great figure.
Yeah, it's a big one too. It goes with all the Iron Man figures I have in my case back there.
I don't know if we'll be able to see. Oh, we can kind of see them.
Yeah, they're right above.
Dude, Ultraman.
Ultraman's as well.
That's all Ultraman on the top shelf. And
what the heck are you? Why are you not telling me this? Sean and I just got Ultraman I just got the latest release. That entire shelf is Ultraman. I have every single Blu-ray and DVD released.
Oh yeah, so do I. Yeah, I have all the ones that Taiga. Did you just get that one?
Yeah, it just came out. Yeah,
I'm getting it Tuesday, I think.
Nice.
So, and I watched the. Well, I usually watch Nick after you, and after that I watch the new one, which is Arc, because they show them on YouTube.
What? I didn't know that.
Oh, okay, I'll have to fix that for you. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can you send that to me?
They premiere it the same time as it's premiering in Japan, because it's Saturday morning over there, and that's when they show it, and it's shown here, and they have subtitles and all that. So you're not learning Japanese like I am. You can, still understand what's going on.
I'm completely stunned. That's crazy.
Oh, okay, I've got to send you something then.
Oh, so send that to me, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got a little hole in the front of my Iron Man there that I got Clobby in. You can see that. You can't quite tell back there, but he's right up front center of all my Iron Man figures. So yeah, I don't want to ever forget my buddy here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I really miss him because my weeks are not the same. I watched him so many nights a week, so now it's just odd.
Thank God they at least archived and I still got his link up in I've got his link on. I've always had his link up from before even, and I still try to direct people to go because he did cover enough stuff that it's timeless. This is why. And I talked to Sean. I would talk to him obviously like way before the stream would start. And then way after the stream ended until he had to literally he'd be like, okay, I have to I have to leave right now.
Right.
Okay, go. And he, it was so great. And just doing the stuff that you love on YouTube, which is why I completely stopped. I deleted all my older videos. I'm just doing the stuff that I like now. I'll still post a review if it's a negative review. I'll give a review because people expect me to give a review, but I'm not doing let's do a stream about how much Acolyte sucks, or let's do a stream about how this, female penguin is awful. I can't do it anymore Clobby, like I was watching his stuff. I'm like, I like this guy's style. This is before I knew him, even when I was just watching as a fan. And I thought, I like the way this guy's doing it. It's like, likes Doctor Who. That's what I like. He got me into Blake 7. I like these these older comics. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna maybe just kind of do that style. And so it was great to have him on as many times as we did have him on. I mean, the guy was streaming every day.
Every day. I had to take a couple of days off just because if I kept following him, I was watching every day, or modding on it. So
yes, yeah. Okay, so who did we miss? Yeah, we definitely. Okay, so RR we got. Thank you. Classic Comics. I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Yes, Ironhide 84 best avatar. Ravenscroft. Who else did we get? D Bud is in the chat, and here John is in the chat as well. Bobby's here. Wish you happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Who else we got? Skeptic. Hey, Skeptic.
Hey, Skeptic.
Snyder.
Angie.
It's all the comic store owners wear fancy pants. Yes, they do. The comic store owners.
No. I'm wearing shorts right now.
I'm wearing Batman Biff Pow Pam. I don't have I only have a Fantastic Four hoodie, which is too hot. I'm already dying of sweat in here already. And
I've gotten bigger since I've got it because I've worked out for the last 10 years. I've broader shoulders a little bit. And all my old comic book t-shirts, almost none of them fit me anymore. So when I had my stores, I had a few, but they're just on hangers now. Can't wear them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then bearded shirts, they keep sending me stuff. It's like I got it's like there's so many. Psycho Man all the way. Yeah. Oh, Psycho Man is awesome. So we're also at Fantastic Four, where I've never read. So I stopped reading at about 50. So starting from about 51, 52, I don't remember exactly. No. What's the Claw? What was the one with Claw? 56? Okay, 56. That was the last one I'd read prior to starting these streams. Okay, could not be reaches here. How's it going? Did we get everybody? Matthew, how's it going? We're almost there. I think we got everybody. All right, good. Okay, let me get my screen. So we're gonna do the annual number 5 first. Hopefully don't have any screen sharing problems like we did yesterday. That was really pissing me right off. And let me put my ad blocker on. Boom. Okay. All right. So Sean, do you want to do the credits for this one?
I'll do this quickly. Fantastic Four annual volume only, number 5. It's all new material, no reprints. So this is penciled and plotted, etc. by the great Jack Kirby, inked by Frank how do you pronounce this, D-Bud?
Giacoia.
Nice
Italian name, yeah.
Yeah. Lettered by Sam Rosen and word balloons and written by Stanley.
I love the credits on this title page. They have the wrong inker on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, down here?
No, here on the title page, it says inked by Joe Sinnott, and he didn't do it. It was that's not Joe Sinnott's work. It's Frank.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sean, are you reading it off the app or are you reading it off of?
I'm reading off Marvel Database.
Yeah, what is the date? What did the date say again?
For who? For inks?
For the ink, yeah.
It's Frank
Giacoia.
I can't remember.
Oh,
Giacoia. Yeah.
So they did have They did have the proper name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just quickly go through the other ones. Like the pinups.
Sure. Yeah, it's all the same, right?
The pinups were penciled by Jack Kirby. And the little text blocks were Stan Lee. They're inked by Joe Sinnott and Frank Giacoia. Lettered by Artie Simic. The Peerless Power of the Silver Surfer. I think I missed This Is a Plot, which is a Marvel thing. So it's written and penciled by Jack Kirby, depicting the chaos of the bullpen, really spreading the legend of that. Inked by Frank Giacoia, lettered by LP Gregory, and the Peerless Power of the Silver Surfer, where he beats the crap out of poor Quasimodo, is written by Stan Lee, penciled by Jack Kirby, inked by Frank Giacoia, and lettered by R.D. Simic. It's a lot of work that went into this. Like, there's a big sized thing, and they had to work on that plus all the other regular issues and stuff. So, anyway.
Yeah, and we're not, and the bullpen thing, we'll just skim that very quickly. It's shenanigans and fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, we can't, like, again, this is one of these things where you're going through them like, we're going to be here. Like, I got to be done by 9:30. so it's like, we're going to,
I got to eat.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the annual here, all new stuff. So is this the first time it's been all new things, I think, for.
Yeah, the other ones had reprints and things.
Yeah, I had a lot of reprints, but there was some of the reprints were good. Like if you had missed
good,
out,
yeah, they picked the best stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so some lovey-dovey stuff here. Let's just get to Psycho Man. All right, look at this awesome guy. This guy's the damn best. There's a toy of him at Toys R Us, which I definitely think I might have to get.
It's neat looking, yeah.
He's got it. This is like Kirby.
It's a very Kirby design.
Like if it's like which of these, who designed what? It's like Kirby. Like
anything where there's those lines going into the face is very Kirby to me. Yeah.
But even the intricate design on like the gloves and the leggings.
Yeah, like
all that piping around them. Yeah, that's all pure Kirby.
I did not know this was a stinger at the end for me. I didn't know this. Like I didn't know what Psycho Man was. Like I was pretty stunned. I did not know this at all. So it was a bit of a M. Night Shyamalan little thing. I was like, oh shit, it's not. I thought it was just like, this guy or whatever. But anyways,
he wasn't used much when we were reading comics, like in the 80s and stuff. I don't really remember him a lot in those comics. So
I think they maybe used him once, but I know him because the first FF issues that I bought, which are about a year after these came out. Psycho Man was the villain in them.
Oh,
yeah.
Actually the first Fantastic Four villain I saw.
So we're covering up to issue 67 tonight. So I've read 67 issues of Fantastic Four. This is all I've ever read. I never read any.
Oh yeah,
I did read the Dan Slott ones for a little bit. I thought, and then Clobby was just like, no, those are terrible. I was like, yeah. So but I knew they were terrible before him. I was like, I couldn't get into them. I like Full Circle, that Alex Ross thingy, that was really cool, but never read any of these. Okay, so Psycho Man, he's got his little machine here: fear, doubt, hate. This is like, imagine this guy in high school. He'd be like the biggest villain of all time. I love it. It's like this guy. Oh, crap! My mouse has been double clicking on me. I hate this. So this guy's like, what did he nail him with here? It's like fear.
Right? Yeah.
So it nails him here with fear, and he runs out, jumps out the window, crash. It's like, all right, well that took care of that guy.
And then typical Stan sort of thing. If the next word balloon after he goes out the window, it's okay. He landed on the ledge below. He didn't.
Yeah, that's flat.
Yeah, it's okay. He didn't turn into a pizza.
Yeah.
Pretty far out for a ledge, but sure.
Yeah, look, what ledge are you talking about? Look at this.
A really super long ledge.
This guy leaped out. This guy went for the long jump
across
record.
the streets ledge.
Yeah.
He just got bruised.
You got these cool these like goons here,
which I don't think they ever used again.
Like it's like, I am in Kirby Crackle. You cannot get me. Preston's down. Oh, this is an awesome page.
Yeah.
This is wicked. He's got his little.
Yeah, he's a guy made out of Kirby armor, basically. It's like, all the different design work and stuff.
Yeah.
And he zapped all these guys with the doubt. They're just begging him to lead them because they're so filled with doubt.
All right, we got a yellow box here. Look at Alicia's. Her sculptures are pretty epic. Like, look at this guy. It's like D&D guys. She's making like she could do D&D miniatures or whatever.
Yeah, they're now basically fantasy things. It used to be just people and stuff, and then gradually it's like then it's a Fantastic Four. Now it's just like monsters and stuff.
I think it's the FF influence. They've
Yeah.
influenced her into like inspired her to make more cooler things. Oh, this is gonna be all night. Oh, this is stupid. All right, so it's like, well, what hit me? Zip, zip, zip. It's like monster. So it was what it was page 6. Oh, get a monster in here quickly. We're losing patience. I mean, you already had this awesome stuff. Just like right to monster.
So,
Smash.
you know what he's hit
They
by?
keep
I
up
think
the
it's,
action.
is it not? Yeah, it's fear, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and he says it's clobbering time here.
I was gonna say we have to pause for a second. So anytime it says clobbering time, we do one for Clobby. So we play his intro every time. So here we go.
It's clobbering time.
There we go. We do that for every time. Yep. I have Mountain Dew today, so I mean,
I have
water.
peach Pepsi, so it's like
peach Pepsi. Wow.
yeah, it's good. I like it. I thought I wouldn't like it, but
All right. I like the orange heart. That's cool.
yeah.
That's a nice touch.
Oh, I usually pop a heart on after orange heart.
Okay, so they nailed him. So Alicia's all like cowering here.
And Psycho Man's impressed that his response was to fight back, and that
Yes.
never happens when he shoots anybody with that thing. So yeah, because it's the thing. That's what he does.
Yeah. They've done a good job of hyping up Thing in these.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons that Clobby liked him so much, because it's this fight within him. Like, I'm not going to give up, and just through sheer will, I'm gonna, fight as much
I'm
as I
too
can.
ugly to give up. I'm too like or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, that was a great line.
So
That was,
self-effacing and
Too ugly to
courageous.
die.
yeah.
Yeah. Too ugly to die. Yeah.
You're like, I'm just waiting for the Kenner playset or the Kenner vehicle of this thing.
Maybe the top
I
of
know.
the island.
And I was
mean,
reminded just that he's got component 5. So remember that it's component 5 that he just got.
Oh
Yes.
yes, component. Yes, that's right. Black Panther making an appearance here.
He bought an island or something, so he's walking around
Yes.
on his island he bought. But the Inhumans are there, so
Oh man, not the
Just
Inhumans.
Squatting. Yeah, they're squatting
Yeah.
on his island.
yeah.
They go to fight. Like we've already had. Like, there's just already so much action, and the story. What I like about these older comics is that the story is told through the action pieces. It's still a comic book. Like, it's a comic book, but there's also a good story. They don't really do that anymore. There would either just be pages of just dialogue pages, and then there might be a fight, and then it goes back to dialogue pages. But like, I like this. Like, there's a constant like momentum to the comics themselves. You're like, oh yeah, this is like, now these guys like, I mean, even if the Inhumans didn't show up in Black Panther, this would have still been cool. Like, Psycho Man doing his stuff is cool anyways. This is just like extra stuff that we're getting.
Oh yeah, you're getting a lot of extra here. And
So
these
we got-
annuals are always worth it. They always pack them with a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. All right, here comes Black Bolt. It's like the standoff here, the big leg. All right, he's not the enemy. It's good. He's like he's black and I'm black. We both have black in the name, so we're good. Our mother's.
Or something. Yeah.
It's like Martha or whatever it was in that garbage.
Yeah.
Black Panther? I'm Black Bolt. Oh my God, our mother's named us the same thing. No. Okay. I love Black Bolt, like, flying around here. A shimmering bridge taking shape from that reef to here. But how? It's like, Black Bolt's awesome. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why.
That's the exact dialogue. I'm gonna rewrite these. I'm gonna rewrite them in my way.
That might have been what Kirby had in the margins too.
Yes,
Stan had to change it a little.
You have to
Why
change
not
it. I know.
change? Yeah.
I got it. No, I can't. I can't do the stand.
I can't do
Clobby
it,
was
yeah.
the best at doing it. I can't do it. All right, so they cross over here. I like Karnak. There's always a question of like how strong, even if you find sort of a weak spot, like could you destroy this thing or like break apart this thing? I guess he's got super strength as well. Smash this open. Now you have like a little a dome thing in there. Now we cut back to our boys. We're having a baby. We're having two, right?
How did that happen?
When I don't know. Thing is like, wait a minute.
Show that part.
When did you?
Where was that
we
panel?
didn't see that. What issue was that?
Reed has been awfully busy. He was in the negative zone. Wait, hold on a second. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. When did he have time?
When did this happen here? They're going to go to Maury Povich. Reed, you are not the father. No.
And the baby comes out with these kind of
pointy ears,
looking ears. Yeah, it's got little wings on his feet.
Wait a minute. wait a minute.
Widow's Peak and not
the baby. the baby has the widow's peak.
And he's actually born wearing green scaled trunks.
I love the naked. I love it. It needs to be the green trunks name more. The only reason I don't have a tattoo of that is that it's just all skin color. So when it doesn't come out as a great tattoo because it's just a flesh colored thing, but I love Namor. I want that green. I love the green. All right. So they're having this is fun. He's going to be the god dad and all that. That's kind of nice. And this is all, it's actually like, it's a fun Fantastic Four thing. Usually they're arguing about some nonsense but now it's all, they're happy. Cut back to Psycho Man. So he's got his big view screen here with seeing the Inhumans and sending out these guys. Even these guys are kind of neat. Like they're like I like this guy. This guy looks like a G.I. Joe character.
They're all different. That's why.
Yeah. The other guy's sort of like Montana from the Spider-Man comics with the Enforcers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say
they kind of reminded me of him.
Yeah.
Black Bolt, look out! He has a gun. Could that, so he wrangles her up because he's the cowboy guy. Whoosh, the big dodge. Now my favorite Black Panther is where the lines are on the boots and the lines are on the hands. It's not exactly this Black Panther. It's the one where Kirby did that series. That's kind of my favorite Black Panther. He's got the bluish. He's like blue highlight. It's like blue highlights with those lines going down his arms. It's a little bit there. You might not be able to tell.
This is very soon after his first appearance. So
yeah. So it's not. But there's no cape, and some people liked the cape though. So I don't know. I'm used to no cape, so that's just. But yeah, this guy's shooting this big missile at him. So again, now you're seeing where this is connecting, because earlier you saw Psycho Man and these guys, and you're like, okay, well, why are we seeing the Inhumans? And now it's like a lot of this stuff is happening without the FF really involved yet. Like it's just like they're going to get involved, but they're kind of on the outside here. So right now, this is mostly Black Panther kicking the crap out of guys, or at least trying to with Inhumans. Karnak, who's really neat, jumps through. This guy here. What the heck was Black Bolt doing here? It's like he
was blinded earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he got zapped, right. So he couldn't see.
Right. And then now he can't. He just smashed the crap out of this guy. Like literally, he smashed him into another comic. This guy later appears in like Spider-Man or something. It's like, oh, I got punched out of.
But you'll see that Psycho Man there is holding. Now he has component 4.
Yes.
But he was getting component 5 from Alicia's, not anyway.
Well, who knows what's going on here? It's like he doesn't want to say the same number twice. He's trying to confuse everybody. Looks like the Mad Thinker. Heat-seeking bullet. Yes. Short cape, long cape, high collar, has loud. Yeah. My favorite is the issue 1 of Jack Kirby's Black Panther #1. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
The worst.
He doesn't work with the cape. With the way he moves, a cape would be, in the way.
More ceremonial, like when he's greeting people or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say the worst continuity error that pisses me off to this day is the Contest of Champions when they didn't add up the tallies properly, and one team wins, but they didn't win, and then they had to like retract it in a future letters page and stuff. Anyway, to me, it's an imperfect comic. That's what
like the Olympics where she didn't really step outside the line.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's your compounds. Where's the fifth one? I don't know where the fifth one would have gone. It looks like the 4 fit nicely here.
Yeah.
So, and then unless he was being clever.
No, the rest of that is component 1. All the other part of the machine, that's component 1. And those are components 2 through 5.
That makes sense. There you go.
That'll work.
See, it's fixed. It's all fixed. Black Bolt coming forward here. All right, so then the FF show up here. It's like, he may be watching us right now. It's like, now that you're here, will you join us in this battle? It's like, of course. Look at this. This is what I say AP. It's like the big action pose. Like, whoosh, like
they pointed out too. It's like,
this is the
God, you'll never see this again.
You're getting your 25 cents worth.
They actually say that. Yeah, they actually say that, guys. They say like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's like
that is a Stan Lee thing. It's like just overhyping the hell out of everything.
That's fine. I'll give him credit for that because it is it is fun. Like you're like, shit, yeah, this is like it's like the Reservoir Dogs intro or whatever.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Look at this guy.
Lovecraftian thing coming out.
Oh, big time, man! This is so weird. I remember when I created the Lovecraftian. No,
yeah.
It's just like, I mean, again, what's I don't see your notes. Like, what are your notes? This is what I'm saying. What notes are you taking? Like, more awesome action fight. Like, I'd be writing monster, and then you scroll down. Okay, Inhumans. Inhumans and monsters. Like, what notes are you doing? Like, what are you taking? Like, what are you gonna write down? If they just kick the shit out of everybody here. Karnak is kind of neat. He's a very interesting. It's very interesting.
It's a fun way to defeat him. It's like the thing he slices is gelatinous, and so he gets
That's awesome. How would you visualize his power? Like it's just like it's like he can just see the inner workings of things and like figure out
just through action.
Like
yeah. Oh, it's just, I mean, a lot of these, when I was first getting comics, I couldn't read, but I could tell what was going on just from following the pictures because, Kirby could do that. Stuff now, you can't do that usually, but Kirby, you could enjoy it without even being able to read it, just looking at the action.
And I said this to Sean too. I think Stan overwrote a lot of these books. Kirby's art was so good and the cartooning was so good that like you almost didn't really need to have like a lot of this stuff's like it's just nonsense talk, right? Like, yeah, I get it. Okay, he hit here. Oh shit, this thing got his hand, right? Like it's like, look, it's got it here. Now she's trying to like you don't even need to read all this. It's like you can see she's trying to
and you can see the fear in his eyes. So it's the fear that Psycho Man's using on him. And you can see it right there in his eyes.
Yeah.
Holding his hand.
Yeah. But it's like, what do you need 4 word balloons? Like.
Yeah, this is like very overwritten. And I mean, you start to get a shorthand. Like I can, excuse me, I can shorthand this. Like, okay, I know what's going on. Now, there's always that one where it's like, oh, I want to go rescue Crystal. Hey, Johnny, stop. All you want to do is go rescue Crystal. And then Reed's like, so Johnny, Crystal's on your mind, huh? And then Sue's like, it's like, yeah, okay, I got it. Like,
yeah, we get it. He's rescuing Crystal.
He wants to go get Crystal. I figured it out, Stan.
Yeah, that literally happened.
That literally happened. I know. Yeah,
it's everyone's saying the same kind of thing. Yeah, I get that a lot from the early Avengers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the same time, it extends the time that you're reading the book, though. You
reading it, yeah.
More
so
time
it feels substantive
to read it. Yeah. Yes, it does. It takes a lot longer to read one of these than a modern comic.
Right.
Yeah.
This is an interesting, like, I like this, like, from within the thing you're looking at him. That's cool. Like, it's like an inside.
And he's just waiting for him. Knows he's coming.
Yep. So he's waiting to the side here, and then whoosh. So this, I guess, is Panther's fear. This creature. So he can, like, conjure up, like, manifest whatever your fear is, and then, or whatever thing he does on his machine. So he's got this weird kind of opponent, this weird animal thing to face off with. Black Panther. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now you can see it better. You can see the lines on the boots here. This is what I like. I like these. I like this kind of style here. So in case you wondered to see another monster, look, it's Wolverine. Oh yeah, shit. We haven't seen Gorgon in a while here, so now we got him flying around on this.
He's scouting around. Yeah.
Kirby thing.
Coming back to the little tent that they had while they were squatting on the Black Panther's island.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What happened to all the squatters that were here? That's exactly what that says. So weren't we squatting here? Where's everybody? Okay, so back to more fighting with this weird creature. Oh, see, you got to go Raven. Okay, Ravenscroft.
All right, Ravenscroft.
Sorry, the chat's going really fast tonight, which I really appreciate, guys. Thank you so much. I'm trying to kind of look at this and that. So, D-Bud, Sean, if I miss something on the comic, because when I start scrolling the comic, it's hard for me to see. So I've tried to position my screen so that I can still see chat and kind of interact. So if I miss something, just call it and interrupt me, because I won't see you if I'm scrolling. Just interrupt me and talk over me, and then I'll just shut up. And then you guys, because I want you guys to point out stuff if I miss something, because I'm just kind of scrolling through this a bit quickly. So yeah, more action here. Oh man, here we go. And like, look at the lines here. Like, it's like, whoosh, whoosh. Like you could see the force of like the like that he's causing through the stomping. Whoosh, and just like destroys that guy. It's like, oh, he was real. We saw him. Like, what the hell's going on?
Well, yeah, and it's like Gorgon seeing him too when he wasn't there, which is odd. But yeah, but his stomp here, just the shockwave kind of frees almost everybody.
Yeah, counteracts everything.
And then Karnak. And then we got Triton, who's cowering in this thing, to smash that open. Triton is badass. Man, look at this guy. The Inhumans are badass. And then right after we read that Inhuman thing, I was like, oh, let me go read all these other Inhumans things. And they all sucked. I was like, they all look like crap. And I was like, well, maybe Inhumans Volume 1 is okay. So I grabbed that one. I grabbed Volume 1.
Jack Kirby needed to write these characters. Well, I was saying, like I don't remember Gorgon being this badass, because he when I was reading comics in like the 80s and 90s, they didn't know what to do with those characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what do you mean he's that badass?
Oh, but
if you older stuff,
yeah. If you so after these Inhumans appeared in Fantastic Four, I got really excited and I went and I was like, oh, let me go check out some of these other ones, and I went through every volume of Inhumans, and it's like, this looks like crap. This looks like crap. Looks like crap. Oh, I remember this coming out. It was crap. And I went all the way down to so I went backwards. I got to Volume 1. I'm like, well, this looks kind of neat. Maybe I'll read Volume 1, which is like, I don't know. Is it Roy Thomas?
Did you read the Amazing Adventures stories?
No, I only went to the word Inhuman. So maybe there's other.
Okay. Yeah, because they had a series in a split book, Amazing Adventures. It was it had two features, was Inhumans and Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
And that they did that, and then they had their first single series was after that spun out of that one.
Okay, so I'll check that out, and then their series. I have number 1 of their series from before, but I just I haven't read the whole thing. George Perez Inhumans is great. Okay, so yeah, that sounds all right. Okay, so we got this thing busting through all this. That's awesome. Great. Lots of details here. Love this, the Kirby space here. This colorful.
The whole micro world thing.
Yeah. It's like, micro world, get ready for that. It's like, what's going on with that? That's me.
Which they tried to do in the last Ant-Man movie, but
but they made it boring somehow. I don't know how they.
And they made it boring. And
they made it boring.
Yeah, well, you'll see this later, and you get a few more issues in. You'll see some micro world stuff, and it'll make up for all that.
Now,
And it's just an empty suit.
it's a suit. Oh man, this got me, guys. I'm telling you, I was like, shit. Oh shit, this is so cool. It got me. It actually got me more pumped up for Psycho Man. When I was like, oh man, it's like a guy or whatever. So like, what is it exactly? So is this like he's
He
from
might
this
have
micro?
shrank.
He's
He might
in
have
the
shrank
micro
down
world.
so
Yeah.
small. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's controlling that suit,
yeah.
but it's not him.
It's not him.
He's
Yeah,
in the micro world. He's just controlling it.
yeah.
And now
This
that
is
he's
so
been
cool.
defeated there, he just okay, I don't need that one anymore.
Yeah. I was like, this made me more pumped up for the character because I was pumped up for him. Maybe it's just because he looked cool, but I was like, I love the idea that there's like a little guy. So he's in this little machine thing here, and he's controlling the big guy. I was like, oh, that's so neat. Psycho Man is from Microverse. Yeah. Oh man, this was awesome. That's it. Enough said. Enough said.
Enough said.
This is fun. We're pressed for time. I mean, look, it was cute. Some shenanigans here. Dressing up and stuff like that at nights and stuff. By Mother Furies.
Some of the other bullpen guys are in here, but
yeah, it's cute. A lot of in jokes, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's actually the bit with him on the desk and on this first splash page. He really did that from the stories that the people at the time were there in the early years, at least. Probably not at the time period they were making this issue, but the very earliest issues. Yeah, I mean, Stan was supposedly acting out a lot of stuff, jumping up on top of the desk, and so it's somewhat realistic.
Yeah. That's supposed to be Flo up there, or
Flo Steinberg, probably. Yeah, I think that's Flo is the girl, and then it's got Roy Thomas there. He wouldn't have been there.
Roy Thomas is down there.
He
Yeah,
was there
he's
by then,
unmistakable, but yeah.
Yeah. House Roy.
Yeah, he looks exactly like that because I saw an old interview. It's like, yeah, he looked exactly like that.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna scroll through these. They all look great.
They all look awesome. Yeah.
Crystal.
Yeah,
yes.
who really did take those out of the comic and pin them up? I knew not to do that, but
Yeah, of course. This is badass. Though.
I had some of them when my copy was so mangled, and I got a new my original copy. I took out some of those pinup pages and other things, and got a better copy of the back issue.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through this one? Because I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, Silver Surfer, man.
Yeah.
It's like, why is Silver Surfer popular? I mean, read these. Actually, go to our streams. Go to the playlist of the streams first. Watch all of that, and then go back and read them. No, I mean, like, oh man, this was all cool. So it's like these guys are shooting at him. It's like, what the heck? Who's this guy? Like, what the hell's going on here?
They're duck hunting.
It's like whoosh, the big plane goes by, and it's like I just like Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer just observing the world and doing stuff is really neat. I don't know. I feel very inspired with it. It's just like like.
Well, and this is more like what Kirby wanted Silver Surfer to be, as an alien.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want him to be, a human-like character. He wanted him to be a totally alien being that comes to Earth and is learning all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's
So,
neat.
Bobby says that this is the first solo Silver Surfer story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it is. Give me back my action horror movie.
Hey, Charlie, what's going on, man?
Yep.
Charlie's here. Well,
Hey,
we were
Charlie.
making fun of you till now, so guys, stop making fun of Charlie. It's fine. Make sure everyone's checking out Charlie's podcast. It's action movies and horror movies. They go back and forth. They do 1 week.
Awesome.
They do one episode of action, one episode of horror. I've got the link. I'll put it up there. Boom, there you go. It's on all your podcasting devices. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Quasimodo. Look, first of all, why is this not a PC? Someone needs to, because I've got my PC that I use for this is one of those mini com things. It's like my computer's this big, right? Like it's like that big. They need to make this as a little computer that puts the USB ports in.
Yeah.
This guy's, I liked him anyways, but I really like him here. I love that, like, the second he gets like a body, he just goes insane anyways. And he's like,
it goes insane. Yeah. He doesn't know what to do, right?
Well,
no social grace or tact.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you give me the budget for this, I'll make this story a movie, and it won't make the Deadpool Wolverine money, but it'll make just underneath that. I can guarantee. This is like, forget all this other trash that you're making. Don't make any of these other movies. Nobody wants them. Don't make Thunderbolts or whatever, Blade and whatever, unless it's Wesley Snipes. Don't make any of these. Give me the money. And I'm gonna make this. I'll take this story and make it awesome, because I really got inspired by this. This is awesome.
Yeah, they kind of did this with Arnim Zola in
did
Civil War or whatever it was, or no, not Civil War.
No,
the other one, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. He's like, they go into the bunker.
They didn't want to do the TV and the thing, right? So
yeah. They should have done that, man. I thought they might do it. I thought there was a bit of hope they might do it. That would have been really neat.
Yeah, they want to go sensible with it, right? So anyway,
this is so damn awesome. Friggin' Surfer in red and yellow Kirby Crackle.
The coloring is awesome. Yeah, and the Kirby Crackle. Yeah.
Oh, this is the
best. This page is nothing but Kirby Crackle.
I know. Oh, this is like the steroids. Crackle on steroids. It's like the whole thing.
The Kirby Crackle.
Oh, it's like,
that sounds like a cereal.
It does sound like a cereal. Kirby Crackle.
I know it's a band, but
oh, I like this design a lot. Actually, I don't know why. It really speaks to me for some reason. I could see it like,
yeah. Well, and it's kind of got the Hunchback look to it, which Quasimodo's Hunchback of Notre Dame. It fits.
Yeah.
Kirby knew how to design them.
Oh, he's the number one. This is like undisputed, like number one, like imaginative, like creative force or whatever. Like, I mean, that's like undisputed. Like the amount of characters and work is like, even if you like a character better, like, I don't know, like if you like Namor, he didn't create Namor. Like if you like Namor better than whoever, Fantastic Four, but it doesn't matter. The amount of characters and how awesome each character is and how cool they all look. I mean, it's insane. That's more than anybody.
No,
like,
nobody can touch that.
Yeah.
I think in any form though, like I'm trying to think of like other media. Like I can't even think of like.
That's true. Yeah. I don't, you're probably right. Because the amount he did over all the years he was creating.
Well, even like
anybody else did that many characters.
Yeah. Like think of anybody, like just think of a writer or anybody, like, I don't know, like pick anything, Philip K. Dick or something, or Charles Dickens or something. Like, I mean, the amount of crazy, they're so unique. Each guy is so unique. Sorry, Sean, you were going to say something.
No, I was going to say, no, it's just going through the characters. That's all. Because the thing is, like Captain America, and there's, I know there's some history with Captain Marvel that people think that he basically, like, I know he drew a lot of the early ones, but yeah, and what else? And mostly with gods though. Like he was enlisted to do that Lords of Light thing, and he's perfect for that because like these god characters, like go at it, Kirby,
And then 2001: A Space Odyssey, which is my second favorite movie, and I think it's the best movie ever made. They do the comic adaptation. All of a sudden, there's extra shit in there. You're like, wait a minute, the Machine Man came. Did Machine Man come from that?
Yes, he came out of the comic. But did you got the Treasury?
Does Sean have it? Sean, do you have it?
I have it. Yeah.
I don't have it.
Okay. Oh, you don't?
I don't have it.
Hey, man.
I don't have it. Sean, I knew Sean had it. I don't know if I was there when you grabbed that, but Sean and I go to the same shows. So it's unless 20 people have it, we have to literally we literally figure it out before we go in. So it's like I would give up something. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to collect Savage Sword of Conan. Sean, you can finish that off. I'm going to get Legion. Okay, I'm Sean. This is how we have to do it because we go to everything together. So it's impossible. We just be fighting ourselves. So Sean was hardcore Treasury guy. Like he was there from day one on that. he's got all of those ones. I think you've got the Hulk, Batman. You got
I got the big ones like the
big-
Hulk, Batman stuff. Yeah,
Spider-Man, Superman, all
Superman, Wonder Woman,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
I had a lot of the Marvel ones, and I had the 2001.
Oh, that'd be so. 2001, best ever. Like Kubrick's like masterpiece for me. Love the movie. Obviously, read the first couple read the first two books. I didn't read 2060 or 3001 yet, but I have them. But anyways, love it. It's like, and then you make this comic, and even and there's even more shit in that. You're like, wait a minute, you added stuff to it. Okay, so Quasimodo's got a body. Surfer was nice enough to give him one, and then
And he repays him by blasting him.
Right, and he goes out on like a rampage.
I don't think you know how this works, buddy. Yeah.
Oh man,
So
he looks so
trying
cool
to
though.
shoot him.
That's so awesome. Is there a figure of this?
Oh,
I don't
probably
think there's
not.
I don't think so. I haven't seen one.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, fighting more. I mean, again, it's all fighting. Like, and then Kirby Crackle. It's fighting and Crackle.
Kirby Crackle.
And then there, I just incinerated the guy or whatever. Well, there, he's
He makes
incinerated.
them into
So
a statue. Yeah.
yeah,
Of
there he is.
Quasimodo.
Quasimodo on a little thingy.
And,
There you go.
Fanty Outsider said the lesson in this story is someone gifts you with mobility, maybe you shouldn't tick them off.
Yeah. All right. Volume 165 is next.
65. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay.
quickly go through the
Oh yeah,
there
Sean,
it
go
is.
for it.
Dun, dun, dun. Fantastic Four, volume only, number 65. Cover dated August 1967, but release date is May 9th, 1967. Editor-in-chief is Stan Lee. This is credited as written by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in this database. Penciled, plotted, imagination by the great Jack Kirby. Ink by Joe Sinot. The colorist, it says, is uncredited here in the database. Lettered by Artie Simic, and of course edited by Stan Lee.
All right, so that's number 6. So here we've got first Ronin, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
This is now
First Supreme
roughly.
Intelligence, also.
So sorry, who else?
First Supreme
I
Intelligence.
mentioned
Oh,
the
intelligence. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they've talked about the Kree and the Sentry in the last week's stream.
Right.
So now we've
Yeah.
got Ronan the Accuser. They do say the Accuser a lot, just in case if you're if you forget.
Accuse. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll accuse you. It's like, are you accusing me? No.
Accusing me?
Are you accusing me? I know you're not accusing me. Are you accusing me? It's like, I accuse.
I like how they send an email to your head when you're sleeping, like, "Oh, I'm coming,"
Yeah.
and everyone gets the same.
That is true. That was the head mail.
head
First
mail.
Oh,
first appearance
and
of head mail.
the cover, the original cover, had a lot of Kirby Crackle around this area, and Stan had him change it, and he put in like the Empire State Building and such in the background. It's like you open up with a Crackle page, so
Come on, yeah,
you can't have too much Crackle.
yeah, that's true. You got this though.
It would probably really pop on the stand though, right? So
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
So this is already starting out pretty epic. So they're all having a dream, but well, is it a dream or is it a premonition? I don't know. Is it a? It's like
I don't know,
wake
but
up.
why are Johnny and Ben sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah,
I don't know.
brothers or something. Yeah.
Well, they're friends. Man, you guys need friends. That's all. You just don't know anything. You just don't know.
It's very Brady Bunch. Like they're just like in the same bedroom.
Well, I like the Brady Bunch until that loser kid showed up. So there you go. I liked it until that other kid. No, that I don't know that kid because they all got too. Sydney got too old. She wasn't cute anymore.
Cousin, what's his name?
Oliver?
Right, cousin.
I'm
It was
Oliver.
cousin It.
I think maybe it was It. Yeah.
Oliver, yeah.
Oh no, cousin
Yeah.
It was better.
It was cousin It.
Cousin It,
I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I watched all those when they were new.
Well, I was going through a YouTube playlist of all like 70s and 80s TV shows, and like the themes. I was like, wow, I knew every theme. I could sing it. I could sing all of them. And my wife's like, wow, this is a bit disturbing.
They had catchy songs, yeah.
Ronan, I'm from France. J'accuse. I j'accuse you.
So they're making breakfast, but they're all freaked out by having the same dream.
Yeah, I had that dream too. Wait a minute.
Yeah, me too.
I've had that
before.
Look at this though.
Yeah, me four.
He scooped her up.
And they're like, you know what? Screw all of that, because Sue's like, screw all the adventures, alien entities, all this crap. Forget it, man. And he's like, you know what? Let's go out on the town, you and me, buy a whole wardrobe, which I guess was a thing back then, and then we'll go to the best restaurant or whatever.
Maybe this was actually before the annual because,
before the baby. This is probably when the baby gets conceived.
Yeah, it's a bit. I looked at a few reading orders. It doesn't really matter. So, because I know, D-Bud, you mentioned you have a lot you want to talk about the next two in a little bit more detail after.
Yeah, the database places the annual after 67. I don't know
it was published. Yeah, I know it was published about the same month as 67, but I mean, story-wise, it fits anywhere in here, really.
Yeah.
All right, here's Ronan, complete with Crackle and awesome space. It's like the space here is really awesome.
Colorful space,
love it. I like this like kind of like curvy like shoulder head thing. He looks unique. They made him blue in the movie. That irk you guys in that. You know what? I'm a big nerd for like colors and stuff. I don't like what because I was
he wasn't green.
Yeah, I was just like, what the heck? Why? Like, does it matter? You can't make him green for Christ's sakes. And green's my favorite color, anyways. Like, just make him green. Like, who cares?
Oh,
anyway, whatever.
It's your friend, so
look at it's James Peter Parker here. It's not my friend James Gunn. Sean, stop it. No, I'm giving you the Brigadier. What the hell are you talking about? No. Doctor, there you are. That's what that's.
And he uses that to hide himself from everybody for like 2 panels, and then he goes, I'm just gonna make my cone of silence. Impenetrability or
the cone of silence. It never works properly, but in any case, he's using it. Well, it worked for him for 2 panels. It's more than Max. So it's like, he makes the cone of silence, and that goes back to that. Well, I guess we don't know how much time has kind of passed in here. He's just like, he's doing the Hulk smashing you literally
and makes a whole mess. And then Johnny goes, "Oh well, I guess you have to clean it up because I'm leaving. I got to go.
I'm out of here." Look at the thing's eyes. He's like, it's like Shin Godzilla.
What did I do?
Who? Crystal here with what's her face getting a nice little dress here.
Yeah, Crystal is shopping.
Beep. Hey, what's going on? Check out my car here, snazzy car. Whoosh, let's go, baby. Let's take.
It looks incomplete. No, that's the way it looks. Yeah,
just the way it is.
Yeah, that's the styles, man. Come on. Young lady. Oh, this is so funny. This prudy woman. It's like, it's
brazen things.
That's awesome. She's like, how dare you? What is this? You're not a gentleman, sir. Then it's like, let's go, honey.
Fanti says the Kree are blue-skinned race, but some like Marvel had pink. Maybe Ronan grew into his blue skin later or loaded up on Carousel.
I know. I meant his costume was blue in the movie. They made his face blue, and then they made his costume blue, and it's like neither thing matched, and it irked me only because it was like, what is the difference? Like let's say in the movie they made Iron Man, they made him like blue or
purple.
Something, or like why? Like just make him red. What is the difference? But yes, thank you though. That does yeah. Some Kree have some Kree are pink skins, as Commander Shran would say. I always what would Commander Shran call Mayweather? No, we're not going to go there. That's an Enterprise because he always calls he's an Andorian and he calls them pink skins. So what would he call Mayweather, who's a black guy? Anyway, zit. Oh, here we go. Cops come here. Look, officer, I know what this looks like, but come on.
I'm just here. I've been told to check all hot rods for safety checks.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Like, what? Look at Crystal. She's like, what is this? What is going on here? I love Crystal. Clobby didn't like her because she broke Johnny's heart. But I
didn't like Quicksilver because he stole her from Johnny.
Yeah, I love Quicksilver. I gotta have a Quicksilver tattoo. I love Quicksilver. I like her. I like the two of them. And Clobby was not my friend. He was not happy with me on that day. He's like, "Well, fine, J-Man, you can think that." But I know she's cool. She has a lot of good powers. I feel like they need to utilize her. Well, she'll become a member shortly, or not shortly enough. Maybe in like what?
It's about a year and a half from now.
Yeah,
from
when the kids are born, right? He was right. What the heck? It's like, oh, can you sign for this thing? It's like, what?
From Yancey Street. It's got to be a bomb.
Don't shake it. It's like, Emerald, the public accuser. Oh man, he's not just going to accuse you in private. I'm going to accuse your ass in public. I'm going to accuse you in public, you piece of garbage. What do you
really shame you? Yeah.
They're like, holy shit, what is going on here?
and look at in the back of the design, all the lines. And that's a Kirby costume. Nobody else makes them like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, all this crazy stuff here.
Yeah. All that detail. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Every guy has like over details, like I mean, they can't do like Kenner wouldn't have been able to do any of these figures or whoever it was doing.
Well,
just like I can't.
I was gonna say. One of the reasons why I love Kirby is because when I was growing up in the 80s, every figure looked kind of like this. And he did, like, I have that trading card set where it's all his unused designs for Ruby Spears. And they're designed for cartoons and toys. And he has toy designs and stuff. And that Fourth World Omnibus Volume 2 has a bunch of Kenner designs he proposed to Kenner that they never made. But they're still gone out there. Yeah. Pardon?
Yeah, one guy made the Doom thing or whatever.
Yeah. No, but like there's a whole
oh, you turned into Quasimodo
tubes and stuff that would connect to other headquarters. They never made that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You went Quasimodo for a second there with your voice. It was all like no, that's awesome. All right, so here he goes. So he's pissed that the Sentry was forced or was destroyed, and the Kree have been besmirched. I guess
you damaged Kree property. The sentence is death.
Yeah, man, they're not messing around, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, you should just move to San Francisco. You can steal anything.
Yeah. But he even says they didn't even know that thing was there. Like they forgot all about that Sentry.
Right.
But it didn't
so
report
no loss. Yeah.
Just a backwater.
Yeah, it's like, again, you dare attack? It's like he's just like so stunned. Like, why are you attacking me? Like, oh, okay.
He sucks away his fire.
Yeah, and he sucks. That's a neat looking thing where he sucks all the flesh.
And then he tries to, so he grabs Johnny with one hand, and then the other hand he's trying to like wrap around in here. That's cool. Thing is
now I guess his suit here is unstable molecules as well.
Oh, I knew you were going to be a nitpicker on this one, Sean.
All of their clothes.
I don't know who
Johnny's
made that
clothes
one,
are
right?
unstable because he could flame on anytime. Reads.
Yeah.
The only problem is it's like the only person who can shop for clothes is Sue because she can turn her clothes invisible.
Yeah.
It's fine. Kree build better. What is it?
Tinker Toys.
Kree need to build better Tinker Toys. Yes, they should have got the extended warranty. You're right.
Extended warranty, yeah. Bunch of crybabies, yeah.
They are crybabies. Our century was destroyed. All right, so Ronan. Oh my God, this is like, look at this. This is a crazy panel. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And what is he doing it for? Just to change him into the uniforms.
Just to change them into Fantastic
Oh,
Four.
before I kill you, I'm going to put you in your uniforms.
Yeah, because that looks cooler. He knows. He's like,
you look
I
too
don't-
off-brand right now. Like,
This is not. This looks like an MCU. We gotta get the real costumes back.
Yeah, this isn't
People
issue
bought
1
the
and
Fantastic
2. You
Yeah.
have costumes now.
Stop it. Give us our costumes. All right, Thing trying to power up here, get through this.
Yeah.
I'm their only hope. I can't fail them. I can't. It's the biggest strain I've ever been under. My heart's pounding like it's gonna bust, and it's like he's just gonna power through. Again, another one of these power through, but cut back to Alicia. Ooh, who is this stranger? Who is this? Come with me if you want to live. Oh my God. Sarah Connor? No. Okay.
they go through.
Go through the wall here.
More fantasy figure
These wall
sculptures in
here.
the room.
There's Talos. He's going to come to life.
And then the cops you go back to the cops and they're all, hey, this is blocking traffic in New York City. We can't have that. That's what they're concerned about. Is that it's blocking
That's
traffic.
a big concern, yeah.
Bring out the Kirby gun.
the Kirby gun, the Kirby cannon.
No, that's a Tony Stark gun.
Oh yes. It wasn't. Yeah. That's right. Because he's gotten some. It was Reed's. Was it Reed's plans?
Yeah, Reed designed it. Yeah.
Designed it.
Stark
Redesigned
probably
it,
built it for him.
Yes, just Stark. Yeah, Stark's been building a lot of stuff for Reed recently. They mentioned that. I've seen now that they're mentioning it a little bit more. So let's blast the shit out of it. Meanwhile, back over here. Not if I can help it. It's like, yo, dude. Okay, Sean, I know you're pumped for this one. It's friggin' backbreaker, man. I can't. I was like, yeah.
Big
Like, this is
Brock Lesnar move.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome. It's like he
prefer
nailed it.
Booker T myself.
Booker T, yeah, Booker T. I don't know how. Do I have?
No,
any
I was
wrestling?
joking. The German suplex. It's like Brock Lesnar's one move, and like he makes it the most boring thing ever because he just picks a guy up and falls backward.
Yeah.
I don't have any wrestling moves on here. I have a lot of wrestling.
Bunch.
I used to have a bunch, but then I got rid of it for. You can only have a certain amount, so I got rid of it for all the ladies.
Yeah.
So I'll give you Electra Lopez then.
Oh.
Okay.
She's a
Hey
wrestler.
Chris, what's up?
Hey Chris. Oh Chris, you came just in time. I just all right, Chris, I'll give you a Liv Morgan then.
Try to watch at work. Yeah.
Guys, make sure you're subscribed to Chris, who gives the most insane giveaways on his membership streams. If you're a member of Chris's channel, he gives it's like an obscene amount of comic books. Like you'll feel embarrassed to take them. There's that many. So make sure everyone is subscribed to Chris. The link to his channel and Sean's channel is all in every video I post, in case if you need to find it. And plus, you can just click on his name. All right. Okay, so backbreaker here, whatever. She makes an invisible cushion. That's cool. I like when they're all like engaged at once on a guy. That's always exciting. So he's like, you got. I was gonna say Clobby, Jesus. Thing is like, like grabbing like his arms back or whatever, and then whoosh, like, what the heck? It's like he's turning. It's like, what? But I also possess the weapon. It's the weapon supreme. Oh. It's not just the weapon. It's like, would you like the supreme weapon or just the regular weapon? I'll take the supreme.
It comes with sour cream and chives.
What about Diana Ross and the Supremes?
Look at this though. He took him down though, right?
Yeah.
Like took him down.
Yeah, he took him down for a bit. Yeah.
And he winds up zapping himself.
Yes, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. So he was charging the weapon up, and then look at the way he did it here. He fell on it, so you could see it here. It nailed himself.
Well, we know it's clever about that. I thought Thing had gravity weighing him down, so he uses that. So he climbs onto Ronan, and his own weapon, mashes both of them down.
Oh yes,
yeah,
right. Yeah. That is so good. Fatum. I think this cop like, all right, guys, this. You know that this cop's taking credit for all this, like at the precinct.
Yeah.
He goes back. He's like, yeah, guys, I took care of it. And he's like, oh, do you remember how I took care of it?
Kirby always has one guy yelling backwards while everyone else is running into the background.
Yeah. The mystery deepens. I wonder what's going to happen.
And we just showed the Kree that we'll fight back. So maybe they'll be scared and not bother us anright.
Nope, the Kree never show up again. It's a one-off.
Yeah,
that's
never
it.
That is it. All righty. Let's get to the next one. Sean, before we do this one, what's going on your channel coming up?
I've got still a bunch of modern comic reviews and stuff. But I hope to shoot a bunch of stuff this week. I found my my complete set of Return of the Jedi cards, so I might shoot those. And I have a bunch of old like stuff by Sheena's and all that stuff. The Sheena floppies and that sounds bad. And the Marvel Super Special and all that stuff. So, anyways, lots of cool stuff coming to my channel soon.
Awesome. But do you have you don't have a channel or anything, do you?
No, I don't stream or anything.
You don't do anything? Okay.
Only video I have is an unboxing from Nick Weiser stuff that he sent me.
All right.
Now, until I retire, I probably won't be able to do anything.
Oh, get on there. Get on. Yeah, I know it is tough. We both have day jobs too, so it's like I just did my day job till 4. Quickly, made dinner, had dinner. I watched an Enterprise.
I finished mine at 4 as well, except I'm on the West Coast, so.
Yeah. Because
I popped in right. I mean, I immediately got from work. I popped right in here.
Nice. Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. It's a lot. It's good to have an extra person to give some insight into these, especially someone who knows a bit more. Like this is my first time reading these, so it's just a fresh take.
Yeah, I particularly wanted to be on this one, and it worked out that I had to work from home today anyway.
Perfect.
So I was like, this is one I really want to talk about after we review the actual comics.
Okay.
Kind of some of the background of what was going on with this particular story.
All right, Sean, let's do it. What's the credits? We'll go through this one.
Classic 4, volume only, number 66. This was cover dated September 1967 and released on June 8th, 1967. This is credited as written by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Penciled, plotted, everything else by the great Jack Kirby. Inked by Joe Sinott. Colorist is Stan Goldberg. And lettered by Artie Simic, and of course edited by Stan Lee.
What lurks?
Great cover too.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm trying to bust through this thing. That's cool. All right, so Alicia was taken by somebody. It wasn't the Terminator or Kyle Reese. It was someone took her last issue. And they're looking for they're looking for her. Where the hell is she? And then Reed gets slapped for talking out of turn here. It's like slam. It's like, oh, I know, dear. Don't blame him, darling. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, at this point, like doesn't even.
If you only find the formula,
he seems very unreasonable in this issue. But anyway,
well, it's. Part of this is a little foreshadowing for the next story, so I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Look at, oh my God! Can we just take a moment of silence for this? Like epic, like holy crap! Like I can't even comprehend like what like.
You know what's funny? You could see the people down below, and you see like the true
Yes.
scale of this thing because they're like this.
So I'll try to point. Can you guys see my mouse? Can you see my
Yeah.
my mouse
Yeah,
is
yeah.
green. Can you see it? So I'll try. Okay, so I don't know if the chat is going to see this. Look here. So this is a guy's head. This is his body, and then there's other. These are all little people here. So here you can see now with the green on the yellow. This is not like a speck. That's a person. Over here is a group of people. So like they're as big as my arrow. So just like think of this, like holy crap. I mean, this is insane. Oh man, look at these guys. Okay, so they come through this projected thing. I really like this effect too. This like coming out of the void kind of thing here. It's pretty neat. I didn't write these guys' names down. I'm not sure if I should have. Do they appear? Do they appear later on in other stories or?
Yes, they do. It's many years later.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't remember their names, unfortunately, but whatever. It's
Zoda. Oh, Hamilton is the one with Alicia, and then there's Zoda, Morlach, and Shinsky.
Yes. Yeah, Shinsuke and Nakamura.
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what's going on? So then this guy takes off this like awesome thing. I don't know why he needed that. It's like he needed that to look awesome just for a minute, and then he took it off. I don't think it because they go through the void without it later, so I don't know why that was there. It's like I've heard of all you're world famous. That's right. Now
you're
this is a
dead.
little. Yeah, you're also all dead. We're not dead. He says he's not dead. It's like I feel fine. No. So they're like, okay, Alicia, can you do this little test for us? Feel my face. Okay. Yep. Good. And now take this like laser knife thingy, this energy knife or whatever it is.
The Electrona blade.
The Electrona blade. Trademark, copyright, whatever. If you act now, you can get two for just $29.95 or 2 easy payments of just $10.99. And if you buy one now, you get a third one at no extra charge. No, okay.
I don't think I need 3, but yeah.
Yeah. So this can carve very quickly. So basically, she's able to carve out a big, huge sculpture of the head. So she's got super sculpting ability based on her touch. I'm going to ask you when it comes time to when you get to the reasoning of what's going on here as to why there's no cameras. I can't remember if they mentioned why they can't take a photo or use I don't know why they need her exactly. I don't remember. I don't know if it's covered and I just missed it somehow.
Yeah, they can't see you. So yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a brilliant glow of energy around him.
Okay, so
they cannot see him. Yeah, they're blinded by it. So they can't see what he looks like.
Okay, and they don't have any technology to like mask that, right?
Well, you'd think they could. I mean, there's things like polarization and such, but
right.
Even though these guys can come up with all this other science stuff, they can come up with that.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm sure there must be another way to get a picture of this guy. Anyways, so Thing is feeling bad. He sees the lovers. I actually really liked this section a lot. This is probably my favorite section out of this entire thing. So the cop comes, hey, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, good. It's like, oh yeah, he's kind of down on himself and all that. And they're like, oh man, it's the Thing. Yeah, you're the best. Like, yeah, you're awesome. And I really loved all of this. It's like, yeah, you're great. And then the teacher comes like, ooh, in the nice little pink outfit. It's like, oh no, you're great. And gives them a big smooch. This guy's like, hey, look at that. And it's like, yeah, she likes you.
She likes her men big, orange, and scaly.
Yeah. I liked this because we've had, it's like the monster or whatever, but now they're known. And I like that it's like, yeah, Thing, you're awesome. Like, you're the greatest, man. Like, this is so cool. Like, I'd be pumped up for him. And I will must have written the dialogue for this. I bow to the panel. Oh my God, it's a little bowing icon. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah. Oh, and but Bobby's saying, for some reason, I think that cop has an Irish accent. You are right, sir.
Ah.
Oh, Mr. Thing. Oh, what are you doing here? You need some help, boyo.
She wants her meal ticket. Oh man. Yes, she's a school teacher, so their salary's not very. All right, so smooching. All right, Thing. Take it easy, buddy. You're good. So see you later. Here comes Johnny Storm. Hey, Chris, honey, it's Johnny. What are you doing up here? She's like, huh, don't Chris honey me, Mr. Storm. All the women are like this in these comics. Like,
well, yeah, he left her in that car last issue. So, well, I had to help the others because I was zapped over there by Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah,
so it's not like it was my choice anyway. But I won't mention that.
Yeah, like, fight for yourself, Johnny. Like, come on, stand up to her and say, hey, I'll do something. I'll shut my eyes. It's like, but I'm producing Kirby Crackle. Look how cool this looks. I don't care. I've seen it in many issues by now. It's not anything new. Yeah. Mad at you? Who's mad at you? Oh, you're not mad? It's like, oh, you can't figure these women out. It's like,
he's running. Give me a kiss. It's like, I'm not going to kiss you. You're on fire. You flame off first, maybe.
When she so she can control the elements, right? She can do like fire, wind. Can she do like I guess water and like ice and like she can she's very powerful. Somebody mentioned one of the previous streams when Crystal first appeared, and they said, "Oh, Medusa was looking out for her," and it's like Medusa's hair can do stuff, and this girl can control all these elements. Like, does Medusa need to look out for her? Like, really? It's like
only that. Like, Crystal is supposed to be a teenager,
right?
Like Johnny, she's supposed to be a teen. So, but yeah, you'll see her really show off her powers later.
Mm-hmm. I used her a lot in the Marvel Strike Force video game. She was a good character in the video game, so I know her powers from that. And then I started reading some of the when she first appeared. I love the cover where it's all red. The entire cover is red, but just her yellow in the middle, and the wizard. It's like the wizard's coming towards them. I don't know what number it is. He's coming towards 81. Them. 81. Yeah. So I've got that one.
Okay. Yeah. Then you know.
Yeah. I liked that a lot. Yeah. She was awesome in that.
That's a showcase for her powers. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I loved it. That because I played her in the video game. I was like, I like this character. I'm like, let me read up about it. So I went to a show and I grabbed that and I was like, oh man. Cause you look up like what's a good one to read. And they're like that one. I was like, oh, that was awesome. But can it core an apple? No, I don't know. Medusa's Crystal's older sister. Yeah. Okay. All right. So she wins them over. More Kirby machines here. Look at these guys. These guys all look really cool. It's like, these are the science. So they're showing Alicia around. These scientists basically exiled themselves to do experiments and create, awesome Kirby stuff. And they've got these Kirby guys working for them here. Here are our Kirby employees. Each one is designed specifically by Jack Kirby to look cool, even though they're just side characters. Oh, interesting. Yes, so here. Get back! What? Too late! Oh, damn it. What the hell happened here? Oh, it's like, oh, Jack said that there was too much dialogue and talking, so we had to have an explosion. Get in there. All right. The girl, is she all right? It's like, the poor child doesn't understand. We can't keep her in the dark this way. Morlack. It's like, all right, let's explain what's going on here. So they're going to explain that they created the perfect human, basically him.
Yes. To abolish their prime purpose is to abolish war, crime, and illness by creating a perfect race of human beings.
Yeah. So later, that human being will be made into a fool in a MCU film. But for now, he's awesome, and he'll be ignored in Infinity War. So okay, so, so they create this perfect human. Just more backstory. That's all you really need to know to get through this one. But this is all really nice colors here. I like this this contrast here. I like the blues. You can go to the reds. You see the scientists again. I like the lighting effects here.
And I like the simple colors of these old four color comics.
Mm-hmm.
To me, just look so much better than the fancy coloring that they do now. There's just the contrast of this. It's just it looks all muddy to me, the newer stuff.
It's too busy.
It does.
Yeah. It's too busy, and so just a few years ago, Archie Comics was doing Marvel Digests. They did about 8 of them, and they're in a digest format. But you really see the difference there because they would reprint these Silver Age comics, and in the same thing, they would reprint like stuff from like the 2000s and all that, and it's muddy as hell. And the Silver Age stuff is very clear in that format because it's
so much clearer. Yeah, it's simpler, and sometimes
goes
way better.
Yeah, it just pops better and it feels a bit more exciting.
Well, this is comic art to me. I don't know why you have to add shadowing and stuff, and like a nose is just a bunch of shadows that make a nose. That's not cartooning to me.
Right.
This is the art right here.
Yeah.
Became her and Guardians too. Oh yeah, was it a her? Well, then they had him in the third one.
Yeah, he was
had him.
Yeah, he turned up.
Yeah, which I have actually not seen the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's all it's all right.
Adam Warlock's in it, but he's not.
He's a total loser in it, so don't get excited for Adam Warlock being in it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But like, there's some very good sad. There's a lot of sad stuff with Rocket and his, because it's all high evolutionaries experiments, so if you, it doesn't bother me because I have no soul anymore. I watch Terrifier and stuff. I watch the worst horror movies of all time. I have no.
My boss Andre has no soul either, but that's because he's Norwegian.
Okay. Yeah, it's just like nothing really affects me anymore, but it is pretty rough if you're because the way they treat the
animal
animals
lover.
Stuff.
Yes, that's I'm a little.
Yeah, so but it is like, I mean, Rocket. It's his best.
I had to lock him out of the room while I'm in here doing this.
Oh yeah, so it's like
one of them's waiting outside the door. I'm sure, going, "Why won't you let me in?"
Oh, mine's just sleeping beside me, but yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have no pets. I have nothing. If I was going to I do like kittens if they're little. And the second they get a bit bigger, I'm disinterested. It has to be like a little kitten. Yeah, if they didn't get bigger than this, then I'd be more into it.
Yeah.
As soon as they get long, you're like, oh, you look weird now. It's like anyways. So here, more Reed / Kirby inventions. There's Talos again. It's not Talos. Okay. But anyway. Okay, so they're trying to work. Okay, so they're able to take a photograph of where Alicia was. So they determined that Alicia was in her apartment. Someone came in or something happened, and she was removed from the apartment. They've got this machine that can take sort of a photograph of what was there, and he can there's like an imprint left over, and then
it is a heat signature. Yeah, he's recording the heat that was there. And that's what this whole device is for, is to record the heat signature that was left in the room.
Yeah, there it is right there.
And yet somehow he can translate it into color as well.
Yeah. Hey, it's what Clobberin would call it. It's the Batman rule. It's like Batman can do it. It's like, because it's Batman.
Right.
It's just because it's
Reed
Batman.
Can do it because he's Reed.
Because he's Reed. That's it. Yeah, he can do it. There's that guy. Who's that guy right there? What the hell? Who's this punk? So they're like, it's like, oh, they went through this void or whatever. Okay, so now the what's going on is that we mentioned earlier. So this thing, him, right? We know it's Adam Warlock, so we could just say it. Although they don't say Adam Warlock here. That's way later. That's later, right? Like,
yes. It's much later. Yeah, he's just
later.
him. He's just referred to as him.
Yeah, so they can't see him. He's emitting this like crazy energy and light and whatever, and they can't see him. So they're hoping that Alicia, it won't affect her because she's blind. So they're hoping that Alicia can get close to him, feel him, and then reconstruct what he looks like as a statue, so that they can have an idea of what the guy actually looks like. The doctor's going in with her as a little bit of extra protection. And they're about to go into the big depths there, or the cave or whatever, to see him. And so they're going through, and they're going to shut the door behind them.
And Hamilton is the guy that's been with her. He's doing it sort of against the wishes of the others, taking her in there right away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does feel like a Buck Rogers kind of a thing here. Yeah. You know, I never actually ever watched season 2 of that show, even though I have it on DVD and Blu-ray. I've got the poster of the movie. I've got the figure like over there. Never watched season 2 yet. Jeez, I gotta watch season 2.
I binged it when I got the Blu-ray, the entire thing. There is a noticeable dive in quality.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They abandoned characterizations and stuff.
The Buster Crab cereal of Buck?
I don't have. I only have his Flash Gordons. I don't have Buck Rogers. I don't know where. I'm part of a group called Cereal Squadron.
Yes,
and they okay. Oh, did we?
I watched some of your earliest stuff.
You watched some of my
reviews of your old cereals.
Oh, okay.
I have most of the Republic cereals, and I've got a few of the Columbias and Universals, but mainly the Republics. I have almost all of them, not quite, but
that is awesome. Okay, yes, I didn't know. Yeah, and so it's like Sean and I go to those pulp shows, and we grab and like Steger Books is doing all of those. Like Operator 5 is awesome. Doc Savage. We know a guy, Tracy Griffin. He wrote a couple of books on Tarzan, and he owns an original copy of every Doc Savage. Jesus Christ! He's like, I own them all, baby. He's got an original of all of every single one of them. I was like, what? It's great. I have one original Spider. That's it. Yeah. All my others are the reprints that I got through Steger Books, which are they're cheap. They're like $18, and it's the story. So with the cover,
yeah, my uncle had a couple of old pulp magazines. I think one was a Spider. Actually, he had Spider on it. But yeah, those were hard to find because a lot of them were before the war, and of course they all got taken in paper drives and such.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, you can't get them. So I don't know, but he's got the friggin' Doc Savages. That's awesome. Okay. All right, we got to go into this Kirby Crackle and investigate. All right, back to our boys, our FF, the power of him. So this is going to continue right into the next one. So he got a picture of the guy's wristband. It looks like the friggin' it's our Blake 7. It's got the Blake 7 armband here. So anyways, they're gonna figure out how to find Alicia. All right, it's the power of him, not her.
Sorry, I was reading the drama that took place behind the scenes, which D. Bud Martin will tell us all about.
Someone alluded to it earlier too in the chat.
Oh yeah, Ironhide mentioned it. Yes.
Yeah, Ironhide. Yeah, I didn't read it out because I was like, let's just finish this up. We're almost done.
Then I looked it up and I was like, well, you know me, I have to spoil everything, right? So yeah.
I know. Sean spoils movie. We're sitting in the theater. The movie's about to start. And he's like, oh, you know that, this happens, right? I was like, I do now. It's like you can't wait 5 minutes for the movie to start. I did spoil Iron Man 3 for my friend Owen he was sitting next to me. He was so excited for Mandarin. He's like, oh man, Mandarin is like such a cool villain. I can't wait to see the rings and all that. And I was like, Owen, I'm like, I don't know if I should say something or not. And he's like, what is it?
You have to.
Oh man, yeah. I was like, I kind of know something about this movie. He's like, well, what is it? I was like, yeah, it's not Mandarin. It's all fake and it's a big joke and it's not even the guy. He doesn't have the rings. It's all just a lie and a joke. And they make him out. He's just like a silly actor pretending to be Mandarin. And he's like, and he hates Iron Man 3. It was just like, it's like I destroyed him. Yeah. He's like, oh my god! And then he did thank me at the end. I don't know if you heard Sean, but he's like, you know what, man? Thanks for telling me because I would have been really upset. Watching it. He goes, at least I kind of knew before it started.
Yeah, the makers of that movie didn't understand what they were doing there because
What?
A lot of people
Anyway.
look forward to that character, and it's like, anyway,
As piss. And then they pissed him up even more. Well, the actor was good, but just it wasn't the Mandarin. So anyway, all right.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it wasn't Fu Manchu. It wasn't the real Fu Manchu, and it wasn't the real Mandarin. So we got Fu. We got Fu Duran.
Yeah,
we got. They should call him Fu Duran or something. All right. Credits.
All right. Fantastic Four, volume only, number 67. I have this one, but I don't have it on display here for you. But cover date was October 1967. Release date is July 11th, 1967. This is credited as written by Stan Lee. Pencil, plotted, everything by Jack Kirby. We'll get to all that. Ink by Joe Sinott. Colorist is not credited here. Lettered by Artie Simic. And edited by Stan Lee, who didn't understand what the hell was happening here. So,
right.
Yeah.
All righty. Him. I wish they would let us know his pronouns. I'm just joking. We're not going there. All right. When opens the cocoon. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Look at this machine. This is badass. So this is going to help us recreate the teleportation, bracelet technology thingy. And this looks like something I would have designed. No. Okay. So this is like, I took advanced. I took advanced chemistry, advanced physics. I don't remember anything this crazy. It's like, I don't remember anything.
That's why he's Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And I like all those little notes he has on it. Oh, enlarge this by 0.073%.
Right.
Yeah.
But over here it says calibrate all computations to nearest decimal. Well, that's 3 decimal places. Being inconsistent.
When you're dealing with, especially in chemistry, you're dealing with the number times 10 to the negative exponent, right? Like, because it's like how many 0.0000.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
it's a mole. It's a mole of hydrogen.
Yeah, like
I did it all with the slide rule back then. So that's when I took chemistry. It was slide rule.
There you go. I mean, as soon as they said what chemical forms, I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know. Does it form gas? I don't know. Anyways, so he's looking at the thing. So they were able to enlarge it enough so that they could see. He's ordered some parts from Tony. So that's arrived. And there are these little microscopic, teeny weeny little circuits and stuff. He's like, what the heck is that? All right. So
freckles.
Yeah.
Freckles. Just don't sneeze.
Don't sneeze.
Yeah.
All right, back in the caves. Batum. Yeah, Batum's been used a lot. Eh? This Batum.
Batum. Yeah, that was a popular one.
Yeah, Batum. It's hopeless. Hopeless.
I'm just gonna don't understand it. Shoot it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is happening there.
Yeah, just shoot it. It's fine. It doesn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right, so these things come up and tangle them up. So this is Warlock's doing here, creating these little tangly things. It's allowing Alicia to go though. That's what you gotta know. We were all awesome scientists, and then we became kind of assholes because of our pride and whatever.
Yeah, and here he's the plan was perfect. We're going to create a new race so that we could conquer mankind. It's a bit different than last issue, where we're going to get rid of war and all of that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if they conquer mankind, they will get rid of war.
They would, yeah.
Oh, that's sneaky. That's a very this guy's like, that was very sneaky what you said last issue. He's like, well, I said it. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to point my cane at you and see what happens. It's like, guys, stop pointing at each other.
His name is Morlack. Does that sound like a good guy to you?
Oh, honey, let's name him Morlack. He'll probably be a supervillain. Oh, he might not be. It's like, nah, he's going to be a supervillain. Get in this time machine thing. It's like It's like this cart.
It's a little people mover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Art. Yeah.
Look at this.
Kirby Land here.
Kirby Land. Yeah. Somebody said that earlier. They need a Kirby Land.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to do that science fiction land or whatever. And but yeah.
This is like Logan's Run or something here. It's
that little cart reminds me of the monorail they had in You Only Live Twice.
Yes.
The volcano lair. It's because it's on a little rail. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh, the ending of that movie is awesome. Like that layer was like super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, did I read You Only Live Twice? I don't know if I read that one. I've read all the books.
Oh, the book is very different than the movie.
Yeah.
Extremely different.
I can't remember. Is that one of the later? I read them in order. So I read the first 11. So I can't remember if that was one of them.
I think it's the one that actually takes place after On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Okay, I read On Her Majesty's Secret Service. So
so it should be the one right after that. The books are at least.
Yeah, it's part of the Blofeld trilogy, right?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
But Majesty's the movie is very accurate to that book. It's pretty damn close.
The movie is very close on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but, that's very close.
Thunderball's not too far off, but
pretty
You
close.
Only Live Twice is totally different.
Okay, so I don't think I read that one then.
Yeah, it does have stuff in Japan, but not what happens in the movie.
Okay. Yeah, so that one I haven't read. I've read up to Majesty's then. Okay, so look at Smoochy here. What's going on here?
Right after you
Johnny's greatest power is to make his own toast.
Yes.
This toast is good, but your lips are better. That's Stan, come on, stop it. Oh my goodness, what's going on? It's like, well, waiting for Reed here. It's like, here, eat some pancakes while you're waiting for Reed.
I'm not hungry, but I don't want you to feel bad, so I'll just eat these in one bite, of course.
It's got to be a dozen in there, yeah.
I do like pancakes. I like waffles, actually. I usually get the strawberry waffle with the whipped cream on it.
How is that single fork holding them all, though?
He's like balancing it. I don't know. All right, I finished. Let me have something to eat. You're gonna eat at a time like this, you pansy. Get up. And he's like, dude, I haven't eaten in like days. Can I eat something here? Like, all right, fine.
He's got like beer and everything. Yeah.
It's like I have the Pedro Pascal. This is the panel they saw. And they thought, he might be good.
There you go. You can do that.
And then somebody's like, well, it was in the comics. My favorite dumbass argument of all time. It was in the comic books. So you want zebra costume Batman? It was in the comics. Like, whatever. Anyway. Okay, continuing on here. So he allowed Alicia to come through. This is awesome, like going through this whole area. Now she's blind. So this is kind of scary, really.
Yeah, now he builds it up. You just see her going and he's right in front of her, and she's reaching out, and he's keeping you in suspense until you get the reveal. Oh, you're in a cocoon. Well, it's a sleeping bag, but same difference.
So it looks like a Zygon. It's like a Zygon.
Oh yeah, it does. It looks like a Zygon.
Yeah. That's the first. Yeah, I haven't read this one before. I was like, oh my god, it's a Zygon. He's gonna come out and look. Yellow Claw. What was it? Yellow Claw's
Jimmy Woo's dad. And just start talking about it.
Are they still going on Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi? I like the Fu Manchu books, so F everybody else. I don't care. I read the first 3 or 4. They're all awesome. By the way, there was a massive somebody at my Value Village. I don't know if you got it. We have it's like a thrift store. Somebody at the Value Village next to my work got rid of all their Remo Williams books, and I got them all for $2 each, baby. Not all of them. There's about 5 or 6. I got them all. I was like, blood. I banded it. I was like, holy shit! It's all the Remo. Well, not all of them, but there's a lot of them. But I mean, I got like 5 or 6, $2 a piece. And Sean, you know what else I got? The Family Circus ones that I was missing. I got 5 or 6 Family Circus ones that I was missing. I got Family Circus and Remo Williams in one day. That was a damn fine day.
Valley Village
Anyway,
is good, man. Yeah.
Valley Village is awesome.
Do you
Somebody
have
got-
the
Yeah.
Do you have the Fu Manchu cereal that Republic did?
I have to look. I've got about 4 or 5 Fu Manchu things, and I don't remember which ones I have. I'd have to look at my list and look at my thing.
Okay.
They
I
brought
think you only
another.
have drums. Yeah.
I have drums.
Okay, then yeah, that's the one.
That's what
Yeah,
I have it.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
it's great.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
know
god,
it's-
it's the damn best. Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna do. Okay,
Yeah,
I knew it. We lasted an hour 40 minutes without really going off topic, so
Off topic.
that's pretty good. Okay, so he's recreated this thing. They're gonna put it on the bracelet, and that's gonna allow him to travel through that void, whatever thingy machine. All right, I gotta go, Sue. Yep, let's do it. So the 3 men and the 2 ladies, 3 men and 2 ladies. The 3 men, he holds their heart because he's got to hold on to them. So he's got the one bracelet, and they go through. They've vanished the same way Alicia vanished. Well, that was the point, Sue. Come on.
Who knows where they've gone?
Well, they're right here. They come out.
Johnny immediately flames on. He's like, all
Yes.
right.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's something? I'll say this real quick and then we'll move on. One thing in Blake 7 that I always thought was really cool is that when they teleported down, usually Avon or somebody would immediately look around versus I love Star Trek original series. Hand to God, watched it a bunch of times, own the Blu-rays, whatever. But they'd beam down and it would be kind of like relaxed. It's like, okay, well, where are we? Right? Where it's like, shouldn't you be a little bit, some guys should be turned around, because in Blake 7, as soon as they beam, the guy's like immediately like, okay, where am I? I want to see what I'm doing, what's going on. So I don't know. I'm just saying, I love both shows. Stop it. Okay, we're moving on. But yeah, come in here, flame on. Look, where's Alicia? They're coming for a fight, right? Like you took Alicia, so screw you guys. Yeah, he immediately flames on. Look at these guys, this is a damn invasion. Sound the alarm.
He's really protecting them from Thing because Thing's like super mad. He's like,
Call the
destroying stuff.
army. Call the army.
Yeah,
all right,
if the
guys.
thing gets his hands on you.
Yep. All right.
Too late. He's going to get his feet on you.
Yeah. Oh, and he's like throwing this machine. All right, we got to do our tribute to our good friend Clobberin Times. Here we go.
It's Clobberin time.
I finished my Mountain Dew, so I'm drinking water. And not everything in my house is custom. I've got a Green Lantern, Green Lantern coaster. I don't think I have anything unbranded in my entire house. Hey, Brennan, what's going on, Legionnaire? Brennan, how's it doing? How's it going, buddy? All right, join us for some Fantastic Four action here. We're about to see Adam Warlock, ish. All right, so this guy makes it through. Sees Alicia. It's like, okay, there's the cocoon. I'm gonna blast it.
Because what we did was evil. It was insane.
We have to destroy it.
You're just a bunch of tyrants. You lied to me.
Yeah, you lied to me.
Yeah.
Well, if it means my death, I must destroy him. That's from Powerpuff Girls. Remember him? He's the bad guy in Powerpuff Girls. He's the devil character. Like, it's
I
him.
know Mojo Jojo.
Yeah, so there's Mojo Jojo, and then him is the devil. It's like a Satan-looking character, and they're like, it's him. Like they won't say the name. Uh-oh, Kirby Crackle has come out of the thing. That's awesome. Meanwhile, these guys are fighting. Got this cool
Which
vehicle.
way to lock 41? They hop
Tell
on
me.
the little people mover there.
There it is. There's lock right there. I'm doing my own sound effects. This guy's dead? Yeah, he's dead.
He dies. Yeah, he dies right there. And
Kills
him
that guy,
and
yeah.
say, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to let you get harmed. I'm just going to wipe that guy out, but I'll leave the path open for you.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. How did he control that? I don't know. That seems kind of that's one of those where we have to where is she? We always have to ask what's her name, what she thinks. If I can never find her. I have too many. We have to ask Rachel what she thinks. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so the Kirby crackle, more crackle on this one.
Yeah,
All the
Johnny
destruction.
absorbing blasts.
And then Alicia's now in the arms of Ben. And then more explosions. Here's these goofs. What about the anti-gravity transmitter? You said it would hurl him into space. It's like, well, okay. I mean, what are you going to do?
We'll destroy the whole place if we use it. Oh, we'll just try again.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I forgot to connect the wires.
Yeah, this was like a bit weird.
Oh, no, he did. He neutralized it. He already figured it out.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming closer.
Doomed.
Boom. As soon as we get there, run. Don't waste a second. Look at this guy. He's getting freaking destroyed here. This guy's like, there's always a guy. Yeah, Sean, you're right. There's always a guy like in the foreground or something. Like,
facing the opposite direction, going
Towards you, yeah.
Run away!
Let's get the hell out of here from Army of Darkness. That one skeleton that turns and has like a weird voice. Let's get the hell out of here. Like, why does this guy sound weird? Okay, anyway, so it's like, they jump through. As usual, whenever I'm on a stream, I get massive messages for some reason. It's like, who are these guys who are not? It's like, I know my friends aren't listening to the stream because they're messaging me. It's like they should know that I'm on a stream and they shouldn't be messaging.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. It is.
There he is. Hey, we didn't need to have a statue made out of him.
Like, yeah, that's right. He's like, he looks like.
But you guys did make the underwear somehow.
They did make him underwear.
It's a Marvel comic.
Wait,
Stop purple.
I know you guys are evil, but no, if you do that, you're gonna wipe the whole place out. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So, oh wait, that's my. So that is the issue. So let's talk about. I want to leave enough time to discuss because D-Bud wanted to discuss some of the history about these two issues. So I don't know anything about this at all. I didn't research anything. What happened? What happened with these
Sean
issues?
went and cheated and looked. Well, I kind of mentioned it in the chat, and yeah, I mean, this was the thing about this story that makes it so significant is this is when Jack Kirby kind of hit the wall. This is the point where he got fed up with Stan changing the things that he was doing.
Okay.
He had his notes in there, the margins and how the plot should go. And Stan was tweaking things here and there over time. You know, he kind of changed what the Silver Surfer was. And this issue is sort of the last straw for Kirby, because the story, it was Kirby's take on objectivism, which is, you're familiar with what objectivism is? It was
tell me.
I am, but J-Man.
You know Steve Ditko's work,
Mm-hmm.
and how he was influenced by Ayn Rand. You know about that? And he was very, I mean, if you look at Ditko's work over time, he was very slavishly devoted to this objectivism, which is created by Ayn Rand. She was the author, did books like The Fountainhead's probably the most well-known book she did, and Atlas Shrugged. But it was sort of it was a philosophy of kind of real self-value. It's kind of the opposite of altruism almost. It's like you have to do things for yourself. You can't believe in fate. You can't magic or anything like that. You can't just put faith in the things you have to. You kind of have to do it yourself.
I got you.
And you shouldn't have to rely on others. You shouldn't have to help others.
Right.
And Steve Ditko is very much into that. and he put a lot of that into the Spider-Man comics that he did, and the stuff that he did later. A lot of the titles he did, like the Creeper and the Question, particularly, a lot of it was infused with that philosophy. Well, this story was kind of Jack's take on objectivism versus altruism, and the scientists in the beehive in this story, what Jack wanted it to be was that they were trying to help mankind. They were trying to create a perfect being, but not to use him to take over the world, but to make a better race. But they were going to make him this perfect objective type being. And so his idea at the end was that when this being came to be, they kind of had attacked him at times and stuff. So for his own sort of self-preservation, and also the fact that he would find them to be imperfect, that he would destroy them, not because they were evil, but because he found them to be, imperfect. And also the fact that they had attacked him. So they, and that he would, and then he just go off, sort of like the end of that story would still, the panels would still look the same, but the dialogue would be different.
Right.
And that was kind of the last straw for Jack, because Stan changed that. Stan felt, we need to have a villain in this story when he saw the first part of it.
Right.
And so he could either go with, well, the thing's going to be a monster and they have to try to defeat it, or the scientists needed to be really bad guys. And you can see that, I mean, you don't really get much of a hint of that in the first one.
I thought that.
There's a little bit of changes in the dialogue, I think, that Stan did to kind of hint at a little bit. But then he kind of made Jack kind of change some of that in the second part. So it didn't wind up the way Jack wanted to do it. And at that point, that was kind of the last straw for him. He's like, well, I'm creating all of these characters. I've just created Galactus, the Silver Surfer, the Inhumans. I'm doing all this stuff, and they keep getting changed by Stan. And he can't do anything about that because Stan is the editor.
Right.
He wasn't just writing the dialogue, but he was the editor too. So if it came down to the two of them fighting over something, Stan was always going to win. And he knew that. So from this point on, I mean, it's a little bit of letting you know what's going to happen, but you're not going to see new characters, new races. I mean, the Kree, this is a whole another race, just like they had the Skrulls, the Inhumans, the Kree. You're not going to see that going forward the rest of this run. There's only one real exception, I'd say, is coming up, and that's it. I mean, you're going to see a lot of returning villains.
Right.
You're not going to see some great new, worlds and such, other than one real exception. We've already seen kind of everything you're going to see as far as creations. Not that the stuff that's coming up isn't great, because it is.
Right.
You're not going to see new material. Stan kind of held back. I mean, sorry, Jack held back on that stuff. And because otherwise you probably would have seen the New Gods and all of that happening in the Fantastic Four. But you didn't, because of this. I mean, this was the end of it. And he kind of just went, okay, I'm going to stop creating new things like that. I'm going to hold on to these. And there's other artists that have kind of done that afterwards, where they held off on some things because they weren't going to get credit or ownership. And once we got into creator-owned books in the starting a little bit in the 80s and really going into the 90s. You got a lot of that. Then some people were just putting out all sorts of stuff, new ideas and things. And that, I mean, this sort of was, yeah, I mean, Jack really fought for all that sort of stuff because it wasn't standard in the industry at the time. And I mean, looking at it now, it just seems open fair and all that. It's like, well, yeah, but that's just how things were back then.
Right.
You can't really, people that complain about this and say, oh, you know, they really screwed him. And I mean, Stan was screwing him over for credit and this and that. And it's like, well, that at the time, it really wasn't how it operated. And so I don't judge it that way. You know, that's how things were. And you had to have Jack fight for it. You know, he was the main guy really fighting for that. You know, Ditko probably would have liked to do the same thing, but instead he, you know, I think it's part of his philosophy too, is he just moved on. He went to DC, and he didn't last very long there, and he wound up going to some because they were messing with what he wanted to do, and of course they wound up having to come back because they needed to work. But you know, Jack really had to fight for that. He was the forerunner of having to fight for those sort of rights, and influenced everything after that. But yeah, these were just such important issues because of that, though, is that this was kind of the last straw.
I did notice when I was reading this, because I liked the scientists. I thought, oh, these guys are pretty cool. They seem kind of neat. And then all of a sudden they're villains. I was like, oh, and yeah, I see what you're saying. Like all of a sudden it's just simplified by Stan. Oh yeah, they're just bad guys and they're messing with, you know, nature and shit like that. It's the typical crap we've seen 100 million times.
Yeah, they're really going to try to, they're doing it to take over the world. They're creating this guy to lord over mankind, not to be their saviors.
Right.
And that was Stan, because he's we need a villain.
Right.
And there wasn't, Jack's idea for this was not really to have a villain. It's just that this being that they create is going to have this sort of viewpoint because of the way they created him. And so he simply would destroy them for a sort of like a philosophical reason. It was a kind of a critique of objectivism. But you know, that all got blown up by Stan. Now, on the other hand, it did save that character to be used later. You wouldn't have Warlock if Stan hadn't changed it, because you couldn't take that character and make him a hero later on.
Right.
That character's not that way. And if you wanted to look, I mean, I kind of, a lot of what I've said is you could see in the Jack Kirby Collector. What issue is it? I think Jack Kirby Collector 24 that specifically talks about this. There's like a 4-part story in the Jack Kirby Collector from 21 to 24, kind of talking about what happened between Stan and Jack and how they, you know, they clashed. I think with the earliest years they were working together. 24, yeah, that's cover. And they're I think they're on the websites they're using to
it's on tomorrow's.
Yeah. But the you know, the early years they were collaborating, the very earliest issues. And then Stan was able to let Jack come up with everything because he could. You know, just like with Ditko, those guys didn't need somebody to hold their hand to come up with plots and stories. And that allowed Stan to work with the other folks there that weren't as strong. You know, I mean, I don't think anybody thinks of Don Heck as someone that's Kirby or Ditko when it comes to creating stories. So, you know, that allowed Stan to let those guys do their stuff. And he could work on all the other books because he still was having to write and edit everything that Marvel was producing at the time. And so Stan would get the stuff from Jack and Steve and go, oh, well, and he'd be tweaking things here and there. And they grew to resent him for doing that because, I'm doing all this stuff and he's coming in and changing it. It's like, well, because that was his job, was sort of, he's editing, he's trying to make everything kind of fit together, and he had certain things he was trying to do. And I mean, to me, the Marvel Universe worked because they were limited with how many titles they could put out. And Stan was the one person who could keep everything working together.
Mm-hmm.
But you had these two very strong storytellers in Kirby and Ditko that were coming up with great stuff. And he had to still make that all fit and feel like it was part of the same universe. And so there's some clashing there, that it was harder for those two to do it because they didn't need the kind of guidance the other ones did. And I mean, to me, I like Stan. I think he was very influential in making that as great as it was. I mean, he had great people working with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he was able to allow them. And that's something I don't think that's appreciated. It's the fact that he allowed them to do that. Whereas if they were working for other companies, they didn't have that much freedom. And Jack had some of that at DC, but he just allowed those guys to do what they did, and they put so much of themselves into it. They were creating this great stuff, and he didn't need to help them do much. And that allowed him to elevate everybody else in the bullpen to try to aspire to do what the other guys were doing.
I don't know. To me, when you're reading these, or if you don't know the behind the scenes, so you're just like, yeah, this is cool, and that's it. And Sean and I, I know Sean went through, and I've been going through a lot of Golden Age stuff too, and Silver Age, like DC and everything. And you can see that these Marvel ones are like way better. Like even when we were doing, I don't know what years we're into now with Legion and all this stuff, but you can see, and we're gonna do that Imperious Rex in a couple of weeks, which is what Clobby wanted to do with us. He wanted to go through the comics through Mike's Amazing World of Comics. We used to do it for the 90s, Sean and I. So he wanted to do it with us, starting from Silver Age with Fantastic Four. We just obviously it didn't happen. So we're gonna do that to honor him in that way, the way that he liked to do it. And when you start looking at those, you're like, oh, let's see what came out. You can see you're like, oh, Fantastic Four 1 came out, and then on the same day, X, Y, and Z came out. You're like, these comics are way inferior to these Marvel ones. I don't know, Sean. You just said Sean, what did you do? I forgot what the experiment was.
It was Justice League and Avengers, and I was like,
so what so Avengers, like what, 1 to 12?
Yeah, Avengers came. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I did 1 to whatever it was, and I did I can't remember what the Justice Leagues were at the time, and it's the Justice League ones are very basic, and they're not very memorable. The Avengers ones are just crackling with all the different personalities and the clashes and all that stuff. And every issue is a new great villain that would, become an icon. Mm-hmm. And that, I know we love the DC villains too, but they didn't really, I mean, Kenjar Rowe is not,
right.
Kang or somebody, right? So yeah, it was very different. I just want to say one thing too. There was an interview in Castle Frankenstein magazine in the 70s where Stan Lee admits that he didn't really have a lot of input on something like Fantastic Four. He was waiting on Jack would just come up with the plots, and he's just saying this in this interview. And I think he'd probably backtrack on that later on. But anyway,
yeah. Well, that's. Jack and Steve Ditko were handing in basically complete books, and Stan would just go through them, and he might have them change a few things, and then he just did put the dialogue in, and that was something else. Kirby was not great with dialogue, and Stan was, and to me that's why the stuff that Kirby and Lee did together is so great. Is Kirby did have a weakness in dialogue and character development. He was great at coming up with characters, villains, plots, and he could get a great starting situation for the characters, but he's sort of weak with character development. Like the Challengers of the Unknown. If you read his run of the,
I've got those, but I didn't read it yet.
Yeah, if I read them, they're great, fun reads, but I can't tell the characters apart unless they're calling each other by their names. If you just look at the dialogue, sometimes like, who's talking? There's one character like Rocky, which is I think sort of Jack. He kind of has a bit more of a personality. I can tell more that it's him, but there's just not a lot of personality with them. And I found that, that was sort of like the weakness with Kirby's dialogue, and Stan was able to fix that. So, together, I think they were just the peak. And same with Ditko. Ditko and Stan together, that was the best stuff. But I got some things after like the first title actually I ever collected was Beware the Creeper, which was by Steve Ditko at DC. And that was like the only DC I really collected until that was ended in '69. I didn't pick up the DCs again until whenever the New Teen Titans started. But that was, and it was a good read, and I could kind of follow. At that time, I wasn't able to read, but I could follow along with the art, and that's, it's still, when I read that now, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's not what Spider-Man or Doctor Strange was.
Well, this looks awesome. This Beware the Creeper. Oh, is it only 6 parts?
It was only 6. Yeah, there was a showcase. His origin is in Showcase.
Oh, okay.
And then he had this series, and it only ran 6 issues because Ditko basically left out in the beginning of issue 6. He doesn't even finish issue 6.
I think to your point, D-Bud, like Stan Lee, my problem with the optics of Stan Lee is that creatively it seems like there's nothing, and then all of a sudden the Marvel Renaissance of the 60s, and then after that nothing. It's like, like Ravager 2099, I guess. It's like with everyone else, it's like
I did buy Ravager, and you bought it too. We all bought it. So
I bought it.
That's fine. That's fine. I bought it.
Yeah, but the hype for that was that Stan Lee was writing this, and it's a crappy character, right? So, but for everyone else, they got creations before and after kind of thing. Like you can put with the yardstick to Jack Kirby, of course, So
yeah,
creatively, yeah.
I think Kirby, Ditko, those guys were the creative part. Stan was able to do the dialogue and to make everything kind of fit together, but Stan independently wasn't a creative.
No.
It was the artist, and he was able to coach the artists that weren't, Kirby and Ditko. They had like Don Heck or Gene Colan, Romita, and Romita took to it right away. And he was able to start doing what Ditko did. He was able to just get a note from Stan, let's star this villain. And he could just do the whole book on his own. And, it was able to, I think he brought out the best of the artists that he worked with. But, on his own, he wasn't able to come up with stuff.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Stan Lee
like
wrote
this.
it or
It's like,
something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, writer
like,
Stan Lee.
Right. But
Paul Ryan as penciler. Yeah.
I just think he pulled the best out of people. And that's, sometimes you need somebody like that, because the best work that Kirby did was during those Silver Age Marvel years. The best stuff that Ditko did was his Silver Age Marvel stuff.
Right.
And
You've
it's not
said this
like they didn't
before.
do good stuff before and after, but their peak stuff was those Silver years with Stan Lee.
And I did know the names. Sean and I talked about this privately. Like this entire Bob Kane, Bill Finger thing is a disgrace. I still knew the names. Like I don't really get into the credits of stuff. When I do my reviews, I don't like. I let Sean and Clobby now. Like it was Clobby now. Sean, they'd read the credits for these comics, which we would do for a stream. But when I review comics, I actually don't give any credits. I just review the comic because what happens is that especially if the creator's still alive, if I look into who's writing and drawing and all that, and then I go on Twitter or something, I see them posting dumb crap, and I'm like, and that taints it. So all I do is review the comic that I'm holding in my hand, which is what I paid for. I'm not friends with any of these people. I just care about the comic. And if it's good or bad, I'll say it. But when I was a kid, I knew Jack Kirby's name. I knew Steve Ditko's name. I did not know Bill Finger. I basically knew Schuster Siegel, Bob Kane. That's it.
Yeah.
Like with Stan, maybe like Clobby would say like, oh, he kind of stole a little bit of the glory, but I did know everyone's name, and they did say Jack King Kirby, and he puts it on the thing. This is the king.
And Stan named him that.
Right? He said the king. Yeah.
Stan. I mean, it's not like they did have credits in other comics, but Stan really showcased that.
Right.
He did give them credit. He might not have given them all the credit, but yeah, True. But he did give them credit, and he pushed how great. I mean, it's not like he wasn't cheerleading for Jack and his soapbox and such. And he was a salesman. I would say it's sort of like Apple Computer. You had Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Steve Wozniak did all the work. He built the machines. He did the code. He did all that work. Steve Jobs did all the promotion. And without Steve Jobs, Apple wouldn't be what it is. He had left. He did some other stuff, and Apple was kind of, And when he came back, he knew how to promote things and get people excited about their products. But he was a scumbag though, because he wasn't giving Wozniak credit for what he was doing, and Wozniak was like, he didn't care. So it wasn't a big deal to him.
Right.
Whereas, Jack cared, but Stan was giving him credit. Now, he felt that Stan was taking too much credit by calling himself the writer. But, I mean, technically, as far as how they paid people, Stan was the writer because they didn't pay for plotting. They paid for writing and art separately. So, yeah, again,
that's
at
the system.
Time, that was how the business worked at the time. But because of Kirby, those things have changed. He was the guy that had to fight for it. He was the vanguard to get people their full credit and compensation for this stuff. And he might not have got all of it in his lifetime, certainly. But he made it possible for people after him to get that. So
it wasn't.
Yeah.
He
wasn't in the second run, but Apple wouldn't have existed without Wozniak.
The thing is, if I know the name, that's something, because I don't look at the creators. I never really did. Even for movies and stuff, I think like not until maybe like a Spielberg or John Carpenter or one of those guys, Cronenberg in Canada, because he makes all the weird movies, Peter Jackson a little bit. Not really until that kind of stuff where we were thinking, like I was trying to think back to when I was a kid, like we knew Hitchcock, we knew, like we would have known Spielberg. Like it's like Spielberg was the first name as a kid that I remember thinking, oh, it's a Spielberg movie. Oh, that's going to be fun. Right. Like, yeah, we didn't go so far back. it wasn't like, oh, James Whale or something. It's like, that's going to be good. Like you weren't like, I mean, how far, like we all watched, all these old movies. Like I watched black and white movies. I watched silent films, but as a kid, you didn't think of the name. It's Spielberg was the first time I remember as a kid thinking like, oh yeah, Spielberg or Lucas. It had to be one of those two which would have been, I don't know, Sean, if you would have like what the first things, but like same now the director's name means something. Right. And then the producers' names started to come in there, right? Because you'd be like, oh, from the producers of this. And you're like, oh, and it's like, but for comics, I knew Kirby, I knew Ditko. I didn't know any DC person. And their names are there, but some of the names aren't even there. Well, we're going back to those old stories.
Oh, yeah. They just they might have a signature in like a splash page or something, but that's how you knew who the artists were.
Right. You got to go to Wikipedia. Yeah, so I got to use Wikipedia to tell me who the hell did it. Unless it's Kurt Swan. If it's not Kurt Swan, I don't know who it is at all. People like, oh, who's the art of this thing? I don't know who that is. Who's that? Oh, that's this guy. Okay. I don't know any names at all. And Kurt Swan, because he did it for 4,000 years or whatever. So that's the only name that means anything to me. So people say, oh, who's your favorite Superman? I guess Kurt Swan. That's the only name I can come up with. So the fact that I know these names is telling you something. This Bill Finger thing disturbed me. Yeah. I didn't know about Bill Finger until that documentary came out like 5 years ago or whatever it was. I was like, Bill Finger.
Really? That long?
No, I did not.
There was a big push. I feel like there was a big push in the 90s. Like I knew about Bill Finger when Batman and Robin came out because Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, so like the late 90s,
that's more. Special. Yeah, a lot of that came out more at that time.
Yeah,
that about Bob Kane and
77.
Yeah, and
who was
I feel like I read about that. I feel like I read about that in Wizard magazine and stuff. Like they were on about it. And if they're tense, then it must really be serious.
Yeah, because he was taking complete credit. He didn't share it in any way at all.
In any way,
complete credit for it.
But I remember,
and the guy's dying poorly. Like this is a bunch of crap. Like what was the first credit, Sean? We saw in the theaters like Lego Batman or BVS. Or one of those.
It's unfortunately it's Batman v Superman.
Right, that horseshit movie. Finally, the guy got his name on there after his granddaughter. Yeah, granddaughter fought for so long to get his name in it. The first appearance is that's the best thing about that shit movie. At least you got that
Oprah Winfrey thing. Oprah Winfrey tries to get Bob Kane to draw Batman for her, and he's struggling.
Of course, it's a disaster. Guy can't do it.
He's like, well, it's very basic, and it's this terrible drawing of Batman.
I've got arthritis. Yeah.
And then he shows it, and you could see her face drop. I was like, "Oh shit, what have we done here?" Like, I can't find that clip anywhere, but I remember that as a kid.
Somebody, yeah.
Have you guys seen where it's like he just took stuff from the shadow pulps? It's absolutely outrageous. I can't.
He traced over for Batman, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Comic Book Plus. I don't know, D, but if you're an aficionado of Comic Book Plus, I'm gonna make you so happy today. Sean is forever in my debt until we die because I discovered Comic Book Plus for him, and I'm gonna hold it on his head until whichever one of us dies. Well, I'm immortal, so Sean will probably pass before me, but I'm gonna hold it over at Comic Book Plus. We're gonna go to. I'm telling you. But hold on a second. Once you discover this, your life is over. You will do nothing but go on this site all day. It has everything ever.
I've got too many other things to do.
Okay. You can sign in. It's free. It has everything. Like I was like, oh, Spy Smasher, all Spy. Like just randomly, I was like, I like Spy Smasher. That's my favorite cereal. I was like, Spy Smasher. Boom. You just search for stuff, and it's like, friggin', it's crazy. Like whatever. Spy Smasher. Just go. So it's Comic Book Plus. Go on it and just search around for stuff. Am I signed in? Oh, I don't think I'm signed in. I got to sign. I'm not going to sign in front of you. In front of you guys. Yeah, you got to sign in to get all of the stuff. But you can go to categories if you want, and you could see like. It's all these old comics, and you can do. Oh my god, this is great! Like, oh look, like that is awesome. Yeah, so you go to superhero.
It's all public domain comics, but
It's
there's
all
so
public
many.
domain.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, look, America's Greatest. There's
I like
8
reading
in
all
here.
the Atomic War comics. It's like they're crazy. It's like I know that there's a lot of paranoia about that back then, but they're hilarious
So it's got scans. And now, if you're signed in, there'll be a thing here. You can log in and you can download them as PDFs.
as well.
Wow. That's
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
mass. I've downloaded like
So
I've
many,
downloaded
yeah.
massive amounts of shit on here. I have a terabyte of.
Oh, geez.
I downloaded a lot of the
I had-
radio shows they have on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got radio
So
shows on here too.
I had to download all the Marvel superhero cartoons from
Yes.
66.
Right.
And
Yeah.
but the guy had them all mixed together with some other cartoons, and I had to sit there for like 3 days and edit out all the individual episodes and put them together. Some of them were missing the opening credits. I had to edit those
Oh
in.
my gosh, yes.
So, but now I've got them all. So I'm happy with
Well,
that.
if you need radio shows, let me know. We're gonna end in a minute or two. If you need radio shows, I'll give them to you. I've got Blue Beetle, like great quality with like extra stuff on it. What else? Like all of those, like I've got like I don't know how many hundreds of shadows I have. I love radio shows, and you can get they're all on YouTube, but I've got like I was able to get them in somewhat of a kind of an order. And actually, if you go to Serial Squadron, if you like Serial Squadron, you've been there.
Yeah,
Right?
I've been on their website a few
Okay.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're pretty good,
They
and
have some that you can't get anyplace else.
they got them exclusively, so they're the ones. They're actually the ones producing so it's not a distributor. It's like they're making it and sending it to you.
Yeah.
So I got Spy Smasher on Blu-ray, and I've got that book that they did, and I mean they had Drums of Fu Manchu. I got all the World War II radio recordings, and it was like that, Blue Beetle, all the Sherlock Holmes. I can't remember if the Basil ones were on there or not, but it was like this. It was like massive, and it was like everything. You're just like, I don't even know what to do with all this. Like it's just this is the greatest thing ever. So the guy's supposed to come on a stream. I'm talking to I've been talking to that guy to come on, and he can't seem to find time to come. I was like, you got to come on, and we got to do. If we get him on, D, but I'll have you come on.
I know. I know how that is. I mean, luckily, 3 weeks before he passed, I was able to be on Clobby's show to do a review.
I watched it.
And he always wanted me to come on. I'm like, your show's on a school night, so I can't stay up that late. And luckily, I was on vacation that weekend. I was like, hey, let's do a show this week. I've got the time because I'm off. And so I'm really grateful I was able to do that. I wasn't able to stream with him as much as I wanted to. I mean, I streamed with him mainly when I was on Nick's show, because Nick's right after yours, and it's not a school night, so it's easier to stream with him. But yeah, it's rough.
It's rough.
Miss the guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's short. Let me put your full screen.
Yeah. I got the
awesome.
the originals of the two Kree stories.
Yes, that is
now
cool.
This one, 64. I still have the price that I paid for this. I got this in 77, and I paid a whole $1.75 for it.
Wow, $1.75.
I mean, look at that. That's 10 times cover price. That's like an arm and a leg. And this one, I don't have the price on, because this was at the time I got it. They weren't bagging and boarding stuff in stores,
right?
So it had the price in pencil on the back, and it's still on there. So, and then this is the one we did tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ronan.
And
I have a lot of the issues coming up. I have actually all the issues. There's only, I think, 2 of the issues in the rest of this run that I don't have. So there's some I'd like to pop on for sure.
Let me know.
I might
I'll just send you the invite.
I might miss because I got to get home from work. I'm usually in the office on Friday. I don't live far from the office, but so I might miss the first issue you do on a night. But in particular, there's the Fantastic Four 76 was the first issue that I ever bought.
Okay.
I bought it from a 7-Eleven on Alameda Avenue in Burbank, which was almost across the street from Disney Studios.
Cool.
It was like, which was only like a couple of blocks down the street from where I lived when I was a kid. And I picked it up. I'm not going to tell you exactly why I bought it, is because of the 67 Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Oh,
of the
yes.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I also started picking up Marvel Collector's Item Classics at that time because it was reprinting. There was a kid down the street from me who bought comics too, and they were repeating the season of the Fantastic Four cartoons. And the first one is the Mole Man episode, which is adapting Fantastic Four number 22.
Okay. Yeah.
And that issue, they had just shown it that on Saturday morning, whatever. And he told, oh yeah, well that story, it's in this comic, because they were reprinting that specific issue in the Classics. So I got that. So that, and I knew, even though I couldn't read at that time, I was 6. I knew exactly everything that was going on in the issue, not just from just looking at the pictures, but because I seen the cartoon. So I knew everything they were saying pretty much, not everything, but, and so that got me buying Marvels because of not just that, but also just the art, Kirby's artwork. Right. I could look at the pictures. I had bought spotty DCs before that, but I never really got into them because part of it was I couldn't tell what was going on. But with the Marvels, just looking at the pictures, I could enjoy them, especially when you had beautiful Kirby art and John Romita art. And I was picking all those up. So yeah, those I want to probably show up for those. And because those also feature Psycho Man.
Yeah, he's awesome. I got to get that figure.
Yeah. And then the other one that my favorite Doctor Doom story, which is in issues 84 through 87.
Okay. So we're not too far. How many?
Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're not far from that.
So what are we at? Okay, so we just did this issue. So we've got another.
Yeah.
There's going to be 27 episodes total, and we're on what's today? 18.
Yeah.
So not too many left, and you can kind of tell. So it'll be 68 to 71, 72, 75, 76, 79, 80, 80 to 82 with annual 6 in there. And then 83 to 86.
Yeah, annual 6 should be between 80 and 80.
Yeah, it's after 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just like down the line to 102. We're not doing 106. Clobby, we didn't want to. I think that was it a 106 where he was like, I don't know if I want to do that one. And I was like, okay.
It's 108.
Oh, 108. I'm sorry.
It was one that Kirby had done, and they kind of chopped it up a little bit, put another story around it, and it's the bulk of the middle of it is the Kirby work, but it's not a full Kirby issue.
So we're gonna sort of discuss it, but it didn't work out in our math of what we were gonna like. So he's like, just forget it. So I was like, okay, we'll forget it. I mean, maybe the last we can scroll through it quickly, on that last stream.
Yeah, I'd be with that, but it's not a full Kirby story. It's not even. I mean, they chopped it up. It's not even what was done because they couldn't work it the way it was set up.
Mm-hmm. There's a more faithful.
Oh yeah, there's
okay.
The full version of the original story from it is out there, but actually, I think they kind of didn't think it worked, which is why it wasn't published. But they decided to use it for another story, and they just had to. John Buscema was drawing the book at that time, and he did a kind of a little framing story around it.
Right.
So.
There not
All right.
an artist edition of that, or
Well, I'm sorry.
was there not an artist edition of that? Of that story? Maybe
There might
not.
have been. I mean, I've seen the pencil work for it. I know where I saw it in Jack Kirby Collector. I think they have something in Jack Kirby Collector. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
there you
I've got that particular issue, I think.
Yeah.
I want to just before we close the poll, there's 25 votes. 52% favor Psycho Man, 48% for Ronin. So there you go. I also like Psycho. I see Psycho Man as well. All right, guys. Well, thanks, Steve, for coming on. This was awesome. We're going to end it off.
Thank
here.
you for having me on.
For sure. Anytime. Just message me like you did. I'll send it. Sure. No problem.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're doing Squadron Supreme. I can't friggin' wait to talk about that one. And then Monday's Legion, and then the rest you guys will go through as we go through it. So thank you to all the Legionnaires, the channel members. Thank you to everybody in the chat. This was a lot of fun going through these. Great to learn about some of the backstory of this stuff. So that was interesting. And that's it, everybody. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.